You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93
Yeah. I'm up. Welcome to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Welcome to a brand new work week. Everybody feels great. Everyone's excited.
Very much so. If that was not a rhetorical question, yeah, doing great. How about yourself?
Everyone's excited. Yeah, oh, God. I feel like $100. This is going to be a different kind of a week for our radio program. Come Thursday, after the radio show is wrapped up, we got to load everything up and head out to friggin' Wisco for our Border Bash Casino Showdown out there at St. Croix Casino in Turtle Lake. Going to be a little different vibe this week, Cubby. We'll see you there, everybody. The binge drinking, the life and savings account altering gambling, acid rock bands live and in person, a technically unsound, terrible live broadcast of our radio show, obscenely long bar conversations. This trip is going to have a little bit of everything. The kind of bar conversation where you just pray for some kind of a natural disaster to interrupt.
I haven't had a classic bar conversation in such a long time.
Oh, are you looking forward to it then?
I'm pretty excited. I want to lose my voice from talking too much.
All right, anytime I'm in one, then Ashley, I'm going to say, hey, Ashley, come on over here. And then I'm going to just kind of wander away once you start talking.
I'll rescue you.
Thank you.
I use you guys for that all the time.
Oh, we noticed.
If you come over and you join the conversation I'm in, I'm like, this is the perfect time for me to have to use the bathroom.
I didn't know that. By the way, I realize you guys are taking shots fired, the internet would say at me this morning, about locking people down in conversations. That's fine. That's what it's about, though. I wasn't aware that you used us as cannon fodder.
Absolutely. It's
Actually,
so
sometimes
helpful.
I can see the look on your face and know that you need some reinforcements, and I'll step in and I'll just take one for the team for you.
I'm sorry, how is it that you use us?
Because if you guys come over and you join the conversation that I'm in, that I will use that as a good opportunity to get out of the conversation.
You got to go potty.
Uh-huh. I'm like, all right, now somebody else is talking. I'm going to sneak out.
So we're here through Thursday, and then we'll see you over in Turtle effing Lake. The terrible live on-location broadcast takes place Friday morning. Early Friday evening, Josh and I would like to once again host our now infamous hot tub potluck meet and greet, so bring a dish to share. No pictures.
I was going to ask you something. I wanted to prepare. Something I forgot to do last year is completely shave my body. Should we do that together, like add that as an event? Or because my plan was to do that sometime this week, so I'm completely shaved before our party.
I'd prefer you did that on your own.
Oh, so we don't kind of have a group thing?
You should get waxed.
Oh, I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think I could handle the waxing. That sounds very, very, very painful.
Don't you have a family member that does it for a living?
Yeah, my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
She'll even get the gooch.
Oh, she will.
Yeah, whatever you need.
She's
She'll
a
take care of it.
specialist.
That's on your to-do list before you go to Wisconsin, is to completely shave your body from head to toe.
Just because of that party we're having, and if people are going to see things, I want it to be nicely kept. I want to be manscaped.
Oh, no, they don't. They prefer a little manly. They prefer a little more of a 70s look out in Wisconsin.
I hear you there, but what if you can't grow that? You know what I mean?
Well, then whatever you got.
It's kind of like with my head. I got to shave it, otherwise it looks stupid just for the little bit that comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you got, just bring it. I would say don't grease yourself down. Don't wax yourself down to appear to be 11. Not in Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. Keep what you
It's
got.
a BYOB, bring your own body hair.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
what I'll be doing. Let me ask you question. So My sister-in-law runs a salon. She does hair mostly, but she also does the waxing. She used to wax my wife's area.
Yeah.
Is that weird? That was weird to me.
It is.
And I know it seems like it's a little different with women than it is with men, but I can't even imagine having my brother even shave my head. Like, don't touch me, much less take care of things down below.
It is weird that your sister-in-law had your wife, your wife in front of her sister, pinned, plugged her ears with her big toes.
Yeah, I mean, probably positions I've never seen her in.
Right, that is weird. Much weirder if it's brothers, but yeah, that is odd as all hell, Josh, and concerning.
What do you think, Ashley? I know you don't have a sister.
I think... No, I don't think it's that weird.
You don't?
Really?
Well, you're wrong.
Yeah, see, my wife didn't either, and she thought I was weird for thinking it was weird.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you start? Like, would you let your mom do it?
My mom was in the room when I gave birth, so yeah, I'd let her do it. She's seen some things.
It's strange, but what can you do, Cubby? It happened. There you go. Check our website if you want to join us for our trip to Wisconsin. Maybe we can squeeze you into the joint, last minute kind of a thing. But that's what we got going on. Anything happened to you over the weekend, Cubby?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, that was ominous.
Nah, I made a new friend. That's going to require some work, but I can't help it. I'm endeared to this couple. My wife and I, we've gotten to know another football parent group.
Sure.
And so we went to lunch on Saturday, and we had a wonderful time, and we left, and I realized that was 5 hours. So now, now I have another friend. That's a lot of pressure to try and maintain a relationship. And things are so good right now, I kind of want to George Costanza it and just go out on top. Like, we couldn't have had a better time, so there's no way we're going to replicate that. I can't keep that up.
Your first date with this other couple lasted 5 hours.
5 hours, which is a shock to all of us.
Well, not to us, as we just as we were just discussing and kind of busting your balls for. You do not know when to stop talking. So the three of us are not shocked that it was a 5-hour date.
Well, would you be shocked to hear this? The gentleman of the group, he said, I'm so sorry. You guys might have been sitting here trying to go. I have a habit of doing this. And then I went, uh-oh, again. My wife started laughing and said, you have met one of the leaders of this group, where he'll sit and talk forever.
It's going to be a showdown with you guys.
So you met your match in the conversation department.
Yeah, and like I said, things went so well, I don't want to ruin it. And also, I just don't know if I have the stamina to keep up such a relationship. I'm going to have to dummy it down a little bit.
Boy, I don't know what to tell you. I guess I've never had those types of thoughts before. You're worried about the next step in this relationship. You're worried that somehow you're going to ruin it?
Well, I don't know that I'm ready for a relationship right now.
Oh, I see.
That kind of thing.
Okay.
But I'm screwed. I have to now at this point.
You are in love. You're smitten with these people.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'd say, dude, you just got to learn to relax at some point and just be yourself, and just wherever it goes, and you live with it one way or the other. Does that help at all?
That does help. I appreciate
Good
that.
advice.
I mean, just try to relax a little bit and just... You had a nice start to the relationship. Keep high hopes that things will turn out just fine.
Well, you're right. I was looking at it wrong. It's miserable. I enjoy these people so much. Did you know today's National Herpes Awareness Day?
Oh.
No.
You and I both have had a close call with herpes.
Yeah, we did many years ago.
Different woman.
We, not together, but sure, in different... Hell, we didn't even know each other when you and I were dangling with herpes.
No, that was pretty crazy. I don't remember who told the other the herpes story first.
And we made it through the storm.
It was the exact same story.
Yeah.
Exact same story. Has anybody here had a close call with herpes? Or
Thankfully not.
A couple guys that played hockey. Huh?
Kinda. I've told you guys this before. There was a guy that I went out on a couple dates with, and then... was over at his place. Well, actually, I think it was his parents' place.
That's hot stuff.
Yeah, it was odd.
Well, what can you do? What were you, 18, 19 years old, if even that?
No. Like,
was this like 3 years ago?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Oh,
yeah.
wow, okay.
He was like 32, I think. But anyway, I mean, things are expensive now. It didn't bother me much.
You think it's something to be 32 and still living with your parents? Let me introduce you to a couple of my bros. But go right ahead. So you were in your mid-20s. This guy's in his early 30s. He went to his parents' place to have sex.
Yeah, things were like heating up, and then he was like, "Hey, I have to tell you something," and I was like, "Oh no, this is gonna be bad." And then he informed me that he had herpes, and he was like, "So, what do you want to do about that situation?" I sat there for a while. I thought about it, and I thought about you guys and your close call. And I was like, nah, I don't want to risk it. Thank you for telling me, though.
I think I do remember you sharing that with us before.
Where were you in the process of copulation, however? How much, I don't really like this. I don't know why this word kind of grosses me out, but foreplay. How much foreplay was there?
I probably got to like heavy petting.
Oh, yeah, you can't stop at that point.
Yeah, it was
as
very
long
difficult.
as everyone's all in. If everybody's like, yeah, I really want to continue this, you've gone too far.
Yeah, so
That's where, I think Nick and I both were far enough along where at first we both thought, oh, what a sense of relief. Thank you for letting us know. And well, not us. Thank you for letting me know. And, we shouldn't do this. But, since we're here and we've already gotten this far, what's the difference?
Yeah, this was a long time ago, but I was informed that the gal I was with, I was informed that she was herpes positive pretty much right at the moment of, I don't know what to call it.
You were going to dock the boat.
Yeah, there you go. Sure.
Park the car.
About ready to park the car.
Or
Everybody
in your case, the minivan.
I'm sorry?
The minivan in your case. More of a smart car in my case.
Right. Everybody in the room's naked. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, I was young, and I said to her, and I think to myself, let's let her buck and deal with the consequences later. And, and I got lucky. There were no consequences.
Yeah, me too. Unless I'm one of those people that's carrying it and has no idea. I would think by now
I doubt it.
my wife would have it, but
I doubt it.
The amount of tests you've had done on your wiener, I imagine they would have discovered it at some point.
that's true. I
Yeah.
did test it quite a bit. Like, anytime there was some sort of situation going on, well, better get tested. Do condoms prevent herpes?
Yes.
They do.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was wondering because you got like
I'm the wrong guy to ask condom facts to.
True.
So, but I'm just saying, yes, I've heard that. It'll prevent all types of STDs.
what do you?
I think that you can get it further up. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't only have to be
'Cause you can get
on
like
the
a-
part that the condom covers, so I believe you still could.
Because you can get like eye herpes.
Call that
Yeah.
Josh,
Mouth herpes.
Yeah, you can get eye and mouth herpes. A couple guys I played hockey with have it for life. Josh, you might want to call that hotline we used to call in the 90s for these questions. I don't know if we're the crowd to answer these questions.
I thought of you yesterday, Nick, because this conversation, because I was looking up an address, and I was just kind of out of curiosity. I was looking at some businesses around it, and that Red Door Services, they call it now. I don't know if maybe it was always called that, but back in the day we called it the Red Door Clinic, and that was right there. And I thought, boy, you and I have visited that place a couple of times.
Well, I only called the Red Door Clinic after you assured me that it was a real thing. I always thought it was just a joke.
yeah, it kind of sounded like the Squeaky Door Saloon.
Right. In the 90s, there was always some kind of funny joke about, well, you better call the Red Door Clinic. Hey, I got an itch down there. I've got a lump. I've got some kind of, I think I have an STD. Well, ha, you better call the Red Door Clinic. So I thought it was just a joke. I never thought it was a business that actually existed. So I had a couple of scares, and I remember calling you on the telephone and saying, is there really a Red Door Clinic? Is there really a clinic you can call and ask them anything about a STD concern? And you said yes. And you gave me the telephone number. And both times that I called, luckily, were false alarms. But both times I called, they could not have been more helpful and more calming.
Definitely.
On the telephone. So that's still a thing?
And at the time, I'm assuming it's the same. I mean, it's called Red Door Services.
Okay.
So I'm assuming, maybe I'm speaking out of turn here. But yeah, that place, and it was cheap. I don't know the situation now, but that's kind of where I'd go get tested.
Oh, so you went physically into the building?
Yeah, that's right.
I called them on the telephone, again, thanks to you, and they were terrific. So that's great. I mean, this is 25 years ago. I'm glad to hear that they're still helping folks.
Well, there's a lot of people that know a thing or two about her. By the way, what do you call a female dinosaur with herpes? A gynosaur. A few people are texting in saying you can get herpes even if you wear a condom.
I told you, don't trust us.
It only reduces the risk of transmission by 30%, Google says.
Yeah, so.
That's not much.
Talk to a doctor. Well, Dr. P. Jesus will be visiting us later.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Save some of your herpes questions on, what did you call it? Today is
National Herpes Awareness Day.
Save some of your STD and herpes questions for Dr. P. I think he'd really enjoy maybe an all STD edition of.
That's a great idea.
Why not?
Somebody might get one on our casino trip.
Right. It is Wisconsin.
Yeah. So you gotta. It's nobody's gonna. Do you ever see Yentl? Nobody's gonna get the reference.
Yentl.
I wish I didn't even say it.
The Barbara Streisand movie from 1980.
Yeah, that's the one.
I thought I was the deep, confusing reference guy.
I realized it as it popped into my head.
I'm aware of Yentl. I never gotten around to see Yent. Maybe we'll make today. Dr. P. Jesus' visit will be the all STD version where you can call up. That's if you don't know the bit. Dr. P wanders in, he sits down, and we invite folks to text a health-related question. Let's make it the STD version.
I wonder if he's ever done this. I looked up a bunch of herpes jokes this morning.
Oh, Christ. Let me see if I can finish them for you.
Okay. I'll do a quick one then. What's meaner than a pit bull with herpes?
The guy that gave it to him.
Yeah. How does herpes leave the hospital?
Good one. I don't know. Go ahead.
On crotches. I can't mention STDs around my friend who has herpes. You know why?
Because she's very red and irritated.
No, it's a sore spot. What do you call space herpes?
Wow, let me work on that one for a minute. Space herpes. Go ahead.
Star warts. You go to a doctor. I wonder if Dr. P's ever done it this way. This might make you lose your license if you're a doctor. Doctor says, I've got some bad news. I said, all right, lay it on me. Doctor said, knock, knock. I said, who's there? Doctor said, herpes.
You got to do that again. I don't get it.
Never mind.
All right.
That's how I told him you got herpes.
Oh, the knock-knock joke.
Yeah, I ended with that thinking that one was going to go over pretty well. I was way off on that. That's
that was my least favorite.
That's okay because the others were terrific. All right. Herpes Awareness Day. Well, that sounds like fun.
Navy vet lawn care Jesus of Port Canaveral texted in and said the Villages. That's Florida, right? The Villages, we hear so much about people having sex over there.
Oh, yes. Yep.
I think we've read this before, that they're loaded with STDs.
Sure, the old folks' home.
Yeah, don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard that before.
We hear that a lot about the old folks' home. If you're feeling a little down this morning, who could blame you? Look at you, right? But maybe this will pick up your damn spirits right here. You still have 5 chances to win $1,000 while listening to this here radio station through the 5K a day madness. Those 5 chances happen at 6 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. So if we look at the clock, we're hitting her right effing now using the number 95819. Text the national keyword FREE to 95819 to enter for a chance to win. We'll sext you back to confirm your entry. Heads up, data and messaging rates may apply. Please don't be a jabroni.
Don't be a flatliner.
Don't text plus drive. Good luck on the 5K a day.
Free is the word?
Yes, that's right, Cubby.
Speaking of free, it's also National No Bra Day. No Bra Day.
Glad I left mine at home.
Well, it's funny. It's also National Headband Day. And
is it really?
You did do that.
Oh,
man.
The no bra thing.
A lot of those little silly holidays today.
Yeah, a lot of some dirty ones.
No bras? Where were you going with that?
I was going to ask Ashley. You said, didn't you say you used to go no underwear for a while? Or was it no bras? I thought
No
there was
bra.
No bra.
Yeah, I
Okay.
used to never ever wear a bra, and then
Why was that?
got pregnant. Just uncomfortable.
You're saying that led to the pregnancy?
No. Yeah, it was just really uncomfortable. I went such a long time without wearing them that, like, the strap that goes around your torso, it would bother me and, like, give me, like, heartburn from, like, the pressure on my sternum. It was awful. But yeah, ever since getting pregnant, the boobs grew, so then I had to wear a bra, and I was excited to go back to not wearing a bra, but that's basically impossible to do when you're breastfeeding.
Yeah, it's probably going to take a little while.
Yep.
Hey, Josh, one of our listeners has a dog named Herpes. Won't heal. That's all the herpes jokes I have, and I didn't even come up with it on my own. I took it from a listener. God dang. What else is going on around here? Nothing, huh?
Nothing, not that I can think of.
Just getting ready for the trip, I guess.
I had a chance last night to be part of a big, exciting, I don't know, how should I call it? A big, exciting return. Chi-Chi's is back.
Oh, I saw the picture of you in the little sombrero.
That was wonderful.
This is really a big deal nationwide. I was reading some national articles on
really?
Chi-Chi's being back.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a nationwide thing.
Well, as far as the attention it's getting, they're mentioning, hey, it's coming back in Minnesota, hoping that it's going to, show up in other places in the country. But just the fact that there's a restaurant here in Minnesota that's making national news it's just akin to how popular that place was. I wonder why it failed, and maybe it didn't fail. Why they decided to close them up in the first place?
Not a clue.
After I saw that picture that your wife posted of you.
By the way, I was not actually wearing a sombrero. That was AI.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy and scary how real it looked.
Right.
But after I saw that photo, I went on to Chi-Chi's website to see when the next available reservation was, because I want to go. And one of the reasons is because I was like, cool, I want to wear a sombrero, so now I'm kind of sad.
It's a bring your own sombrero.
But the closest available date they had for any reservations open is October 27th.
Oh, my God.
So yeah, they're booked.
Yeah,
Is it just St. Louis Park right now, or
That's all I could find.
That's the only one
I
I'm
thought
aware.
maybe they're going to open a couple of them.
What do they call it? West End out that way?
Yeah, fancy.
My wife and I were able to sneak into Chi-Chi's last night for dinner. I hadn't been to one of their joints. I'm going to take a guess. There was one right down the road from my house growing up. And I'm going to take a guess it closed in 94, 95, something like that. But now it's back. Located in the West End. They're off of 394 and Xenia type of a setup there. If you're a West Metro person, you know what I'm talking about. I thought it was terrific. It was funny, though, because, I was jaw-jacking with some buddies Friday and Saturday leading up to last night's return to Chi-Chi's. And a lot of us were saying, man, can't really remember much about the old Chi-Chi's, because once we hit legal drinking age, boy, would we get faced at Chi-Chi's. A lot of folks were talking about the food. Oh, do you remember this dish and that dish? And a lot of us said, no, we really don't remember the food. We just remember that was a pretty nice party spot for us when we were in our early 20s.
We went there from time to time as a kid, and it was always like a special treat, and I loved it so much. So when I saw that it was coming back, I was so excited. And then I was trying to think, what did I always eat there that I loved so much? And then I recalled that I would always get the cheeseburger off the kids' menu. That was my go-to at Chi-Chi's.
You didn't have the balls to order a Mexican dish?
I was in, third, fourth grade or something like that.
That's how my brother was, too.
Yeah.
The first time I went to a Chinese restaurant, I did that. My uncle brought me to one for my birthday, and I thought he was going to beat me up with a chopstick. He was furious. I've never been to a Chi-Chi's.
You'd like it
I must have missed out with all the excitement about it.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it once you get in there. I guarantee that, Cubby.
It looks like at their height, they had about 200 throughout the country.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember when it opened. Like I said, there was one right down the road from our house growing up. I remember when it opened, it was a huge deal. It was tough to get in, and now it's happening all over again with the new one opening up there in St. Louis Park. So,
was it a lot like you remembered?
see, that's the thing is I don't remember anything.
Oh, you
less,
don't?
Less tequila this time around.
Like I
probably.
said.
Oh, I thought maybe you'd have memories before the drinking.
Not really, no. I mean, no. It was great, but like I said, all those tall beers in the early 90s kind of erased any memory I might have had about the menu specifically. It's just we like to drink beer over there. There you go. So we will get her going this morning. Dr. P. Jesus again will be visiting us later, around 8:15, 8:20, and seeing how it's National Herpes Awareness Day. Feel free to text in your STD-related questions for the doctor, 651-989-9393.
And who's had the most? Maybe text in how many you've had.
Jesus.
I wish we had a prize we could give some.
Yeah. that'd
Some
be
ointment or something.
Whatever. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe we can find the Hennepin County champion of STDs. Dr. P, always a fun guest. Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder, I'm guessing, will both be checking in with us at 7:30. After we take a little break, Ski will come back with the stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
We are the musers on the pod so far. We've discussed people we love,
I didn't tell you guys. Cuban emailed.
What are you wearing?
Well, no, that's not.
things we love.
Got way into typewriters.
How many typewriters do you own?
Let's not podcast anymore.
Just guesstimate.
It's time to get really down and dirty.
These are great ideas. Start a podcast and then forget to promote it on social media.
So,
What is our podcast about? Yeah, whatever we feel like.
The Musers, the podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Oh, my God. What a deal this is. We're all loaded up for today's Stupid News Report. You know who upped and checked in with us, Josh?
Who's that?
Northwest Wisconsin Info Jesus.
What's he up to?
He didn't say Dick Tracy. He just wanted to check in. You're encouraged to check in at the number is 651-989-9393. Anytime you like. We just love hearing who you are and hearing that you're there. So good morning, Northwest Wisconsin Info Jesus. Last week, we jaw-jacked a little bit about how we all growed up. Some of the stupid rules our folks dumped on us. And I said at the time, I think some of the stupid rules that our folks came up with when we were kids was just proof that they were insane. Now this here takes parenting in general in a completely different direction. This happened in the Sunshine State. A set of parents have been accused now by the local authorities. Mom and dad stand accused of giving their teenage son a bag filled with handguns and a little bit of cash and then leaving him on the side of an interstate. And they told the kid, "Welp, you're on your own. See ya."
What else do you need to start a new life? Guns and cash.
Yeah, you need more cash? You got a gun. Go get some cash.
A few days ago, the cops got a telephone call about a kid walking aimlessly alongside an interstate down there called I-75. A cop pulled up and talked to the kid. 16-year-old, I believe. A 16-year-old. Cop pulled up, talked to the kid, and the kid said, when he got home from school that day, his mom and dad said, "Get in the car, we're taking a trip." And the kid said he saw his folks frantically throwing duffel bags filled with clothes into the motor vehicle. Dude, right?
Yeah.
When the kid asked his folks, "Where are we going, Mom and Dad?" they said, "Either Guam or Idaho."
That's quite the difference.
We're trying to plan a family vacation, and we're stuck on that exact same choice. Which one do we go to?
You visited some websites to research whether it would be...
Who has a better all-inclusive?
The kid said at one point or another his folks pulled the car. So now the kid gets in the car with his parents. They've got duffel bags filled with clothes. They say we're either going to Guam or godforsaken Idaho. At one point or another, the kid told the cops his folks pulled the car over to the shoulder, gave him 2 bags. Inside the bags, for Christ's sake, there was a .40 caliber handgun, a 9mm handgun, and some cash in the 2 bags. And they said, his parents, "Bye. Keep an eye on the house." And then they drove smooth away. It wasn't too long before the police tracked down these 2 garbage human beings, Mom and Dad, by the names of Bradley and Rosanella. Currently, they're both locked up in the county jail. Depending on the relationship this kid had with his folks, the moment they dropped him off on the freeway was either the greatest or the lowest moment of his life. Maybe he hated the both of them and wanted them gone. Maybe he was quite happy to be left on the side of the road. We don't know. And now both Mom and Dad are in the cooler. I was going to say, pretty cool to have the whole house to yourself at 16 years old, but I imagine
Definitely.
the kid probably right now he has to go live with relatives or something along those lines.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be a lot of expensive therapy in his future.
A lot of the local...
It'll burn through the cash real quick, you're saying?
Yep.
Local cops and whatnot seem to think that Mom and Dad have committed some terrible crime and they needed to go on the run.
Kind of sounds that way.
But no one's for sure. What's the line, Josh? You can't choose your parents?
Yeah, can't choose your family.
Can't choose your family.
Ask me about CrossFit, Jesus said. We're having trouble. They're having trouble, too. They're planning a family vacation. Did they go to Blaine and Spain or Edina or China? Yeah, I can't help you with that. We're having the same trouble.
Man, that's a hell of a story right there.
Do you think it... I'm getting the impression, and I'm probably, reading too much into this, but I could see somebody going, we're kind of genius parents the way we taught him a real-life lesson there. We just threw him out there and said, we're teaching him how to take care of himself.
It could be. It could be.
I like how they gave him 2 guns. One wasn't enough.
Well, you got 2 hands.
Yeah, exactly.
You need options.
Well, those are probably the 2 guns they use to commit whatever crime they're running away with.
Yeah, those guns are hot.
Or running away from, I should say.
They just got done wiping their fingerprints off it
right.
to get the suns on them.
Yeah, shave the serial number off that one.
But yeah. The kid, at least from what I read, he didn't seem too pumped about being left on the side of the road by his parents.
He's got a story to tell at school today.
He must have liked them a little bit. So there you go. This is a damn shame right here. And also one of the oldest dirty tricks in the book. I'm talking about the foxy young lady who pretends she's in love with the old rich gentleman so she can ruin his life and snatch all his money out from under him, like what Bill Belichick is caught up in right now. That's where we're going next. It says here a former Penthouse magazine model has allegedly been seducing lonely old rich fellers out there in the fancy schmancy Malibu neighborhood in Los Angeles. She seduces the old-timers and then steals all they stuff when nobody's looking.
Pretty low, bro.
She's a penthouse pet from back in July of 20 and 23 by the name of Adva Levy. otherwise known as Mia Ventura Shoshana, otherwise known as Shauna. All right?
Gorgeous.
When you're a rich guy, I mean, I'd assume smart enough to know folks are going to try this on you.
Not always. I don't. Not always.
Or maybe they're just too arrogant to realize it. I'd be pretty suspicious.
The wiener works in mysterious ways, Josh.
No, I know the wiener can cause some bad decision making.
Boys, that's 3 times this morning it's been referred to as a wiener. Can we filth it up a little bit?
I don't think I said wiener, did I?
You just twice now.
Well, I was repeating what he said. Yeah, so that doesn't count. That's on Dana, not me. Not my fault. Dana's fault.
I'll take the L on this one.
This gal, Adva Levy, otherwise known as Mia Ventura Shoshana, otherwise known as Shauna. Ashley, I heard you say gorgeous. And I'm not saying she's ugly, but what I'm saying is this. Oh, did she go too far with the lip fillers?
Yeah, depending on the photo, that's for sure.
My damn. Anyway, she's been fingered by the local cops. She's been named as the prime suspect in what they call here a rash of high-end burglaries in Malibu. Oh, Malibu, home of Brad Gluckman, otherwise known as B-Rad, an up-and-coming rapper. You probably know his big single. It's called Traffic.
Oh, yeah, I do know that.
B-Rad was from Malibu.
Hey, yo, traffic, looking for my chapstick, feeling kind of car sick. There's a Ford Maverick.
Van Labute. Anyway, this little penthouse cupcake, word is she trolls Jurassic millionaires on dating sites. She shows them some ass, and then as soon as she's invited into their houses, she steals everything. As we speak, she's on the run. The cops are trying to capture her little fine ass. She's a fugitive. She's described as a 5'7", 104 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes, and terrible-looking, oversized, obviously enhanced lips that make her look totally insane, which she very likely is.
It does. In some pictures, it looks like she pumps him up with a bike tire inflator.
Yeah, depending on what one you're looking at.
The old Reebok pump shoes.
She's totally out of her mind, is my guess.
Yeah, I don't even know how you get that cruel. Just to take advantage of folks like that.
Yeah, that's so messed up.
Me. That's how people think these days, Josh. By any means. They'll do anything to benefit themselves. Any damn thing. So, okay, there you go. Be on the lookout for that character. Oh, let me tell you this, by damn. Tell me if you agree with me. I can't think of one single problem known to man that a damn Dairy Queen blizzard couldn't solve.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're good. Do you have a usual?
Oh, yeah. Cotton candy.
Reese's peanut butter cups.
I get judged for it, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of judged you a little bit in my head there. I wasn't going to say anything, but since you brought it up.
I don't know. People just hate on it.
I can't say that I have a usual, Cubby.
I pretty much do everywhere.
Whoa.
But yeah, if I'm going to get one, I'm going cookie dough or pumpkin pie. I
can't think of one. One problem that a Dairy Queen... the douchebag at work got the pay raise and promotion that you wanted. You're not making jack squat. Grab a Dairy Queen blizzard. You know what I'm saying? It'll make you feel...
Any negative thing can turn around with that. Just like how they flip it upside down, it's the same thing. Your day flips upside down.
Your husband left you for a much more attractive and younger woman? Go to the drive-thru at Dairy Queen. Once you get a look at that blizzard menu, you'll forget all about your husband and that whore that he's shacking up with. I promise you.
You're so right.
Your mom catches you touching yourself. Distract her with a Dairy Queen blizzard coupon.
Where are you keeping that thing, out of curiosity? That situation.
Just got one at the ready just in case.
I thought you might find me here.
I knew this day would come.
Tell her to grab a blizzard for both of you, and then once she leaves, you can finish. Last weekend in Washington, a Dairy Queen blizzard helped end an armed standoff between the police and a totally unhinged arsonist. 40-year-old puke bag by the name of Elijah Reagan. He set fire to his own apartment a few days ago by shooting fireworks into the ceiling like a crazy person. The fire he started burned the piss out of 8 apartments. Folks lost all their stuff. They had to move out.
I know it'll make him feel better.
Touching himself?
Cookie dough blizzard.
The dude is mental. That's what he did. He lit his own apartment and, by association, I guess is the word, 8 others. Burned them right down to the ground. He called his wife after he burned these apartments to the ground. And he said, I bombed my apartment. Bad people are after me. Then he smoked some meth rocks. And he took off in a motor vehicle. The cops chased him all over town. They spun his ass out with those spike strips. So now dude is just sitting there in his motor vehicle. He started waving around a shotgun, so the standoff began. The cops don't want to get too close because of the shotgun. Dude isn't budging. You guys know the routine, right?
Yep.
Crazy guy made some demands for his surrender. He said, I want a meal from Dairy Queen and make sure there's a blizzard involved, you pigs. So the cops sent the new guy to fetch this uncorked pyromaniac a burger and a blizzard. The food was delivered to the dude's car via a cool-looking tactical robot.
I love when they use the robots.
Yeah, me too. Pretty sweet.
He inhaled his hamburger and his blizzard. There was an issue with some gas for a few minutes. That's only natural.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, the dangerous wacko felt much, much better after he ate, and he surrendered peacefully.
That's ridiculous.
That could be like an update of those old Snickers commercials where somebody's really hangry and then they hand him a Snickers and things turn around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this would be pretty extreme if Dairy Queen just has an armed standoff, they hand him a blizzard, and everything ends peacefully.
Thank you, Dairy Queen, for saving yet another life.
So, a texter just pointed out that you get bad news, a blizzard can't help every piece of bad news. Just found out you're lactose intolerant? Blizzard. Okay, that's a bad idea.
Oh, no.
I used to get
just
those
take some pills.
Once the largest, back when they were about the size, a gallon. I used to go through one of those probably twice a week when I was a teenager.
Wasn't having a metabolism just the most beautiful thing in the world?
Well, because I just got done eating a foot-long Subway, at least, and then we'd go right next door to get one of those.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when we were young guys working at a warehouse, every day for lunch, we would leave the warehouse and go to the Dairy Queen about 4 doors down. And it was just impossible to go back to work. We would be, we would eat so much, but we were 20 years old. You know, you could, at least sometimes, I could bounce back from that and put in a decent day's work. But usually, my God, I was just a whale. I couldn't get out of my chair. But it was so good. And we always got, like Josh said, the massive blizzard and the big,
used to be huge,
ultimate burger and onion rings. I don't know what the hell we were doing. It was so good we couldn't stop. But we were useless after that. After lunchtime, we were useless.
Back in my landscaping days, I can remember we would, once a month, once every couple of weeks, we would say, hey, let's hit the KFC buffet for lunch. And then you're going back out in 100-degree heat, just sweating out gravy and mashed potatoes. And we're like, why did we do this?
And I got to tell you again.
It's worth it, though.
Oh, definitely worth it. It was so worth it.
My coworker and I, who would go to Dairy Queen every day, we were the only 2 schmucks in the building some days. At the warehouse, we were the only 2 guys. Sometimes we'd get temps to help us out, but some days the temps wouldn't show up. So it was just 2 of us on the job together all day long. And so we would drink a little bit sometimes. Nobody was looking.
Nice.
There was nobody looking, ever. You know, my coworker buddy got drunk on the job, and we went to lunch, and it was his turn to order his lunch. And this is how he talks, too. He said, I'll I'll have an ultimate burger with onion rings. And can I also get a large Butterfinger blister? A Butterfinger blister, huh?
Gross.
Yeah. F me running. We got one of the most incredible videos you'd ever want to watch up on 93x.com, I believe. Do you know where we're going with this next, Ashley?
No, I do not.
It's
Not
the one
yet.
you scolded me for.
Oh, yeah, that's up there.
It's a ringing endorsement.
That was hard for me.
One of the most incredible videos you'd ever want to watch up on 93x.com. A damn dog got run smooth over by a car, and the dog turned out just fine. Likely because he's a big, adorable, fat body.
It's still, even though you know it ends well, it's still hard to watch. He
I
looks
agree.
so scared.
Yeah.
Not only did the car drive up over the dog, but the car stayed on top of the dog. Because once the driver realized its front right tire was resting on a friggin' dog, the driver was too afraid to move, and he was told not to move. This happened in effing China, I think. A 140-pound yellow lab. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, God help us, that's a fat-ass lab.
Yeah.
And you're right. You're right. This lab was chilled out laying in a damn parking lot or on a side street or something, which was a bad idea on the dog's part.
Well, he can't make it very far. He's got to take breaks.
You're right.
Where the damn dog's owner was, I don't know. You'd think you'd keep a closer eye on your dog and not allow it to lay down in a parking lot, but that doesn't matter. I am a little mad at the owner. But in the video, there's the dog laid on its side, chilled out like a lab might do. A car looking to park, I believe, takes a slow right-hand turn, and the front right tire rolls up on top of the dog. It rolled the dog from its side over onto its back, and the poor bastard is pinned down under that front right tire. 5 or 6 people. Well, first off, the dog's hollering out in pain. The driver doesn't dare move anymore, and everyone in the neighborhood comes running, and they're telling the guy, don't friggin' move. You're on top of a damn dog. Just da-da-da-da-da-da. How horrifying would that be if you were behind the wheel of that car?
I would
Just
feel
not knowing what to
so
do.
bad.
The dog's hollering out in pain. 5, 6, 7 or some odd people were able to lift the motor vehicle up off the dog just enough. They drag his carcass free of the car, and the dog takes 3, 4 steps and sets down and acted as if it was thinking, well, that was the worst belly rub I've ever gotten. But it just, did it not? It took like 3, 4 steps and sat back down.
Yeah.
The dog's owner rushed him to the vet, but the big old fat-ass lab had 0 broken bones, no internal bleeding.
It's crazy you didn't get hurt from that.
And
That's
the
one
vet
tough
said,
dog.
the vet said the dog's fat rolls literally acted like an airbag and saved him from death.
Oh, fat little puppy.
But while they were there, the vet did tell the owner, hey, look, stupid, you got to get this dog to dump some weight, or he's not going to need a moving car to kill him dead.
How do you improve a dog's day after experiencing something like that?
How do you improve a dog's
Yeah, that's
day?
pretty.
I got it.
Yeah,
Blizzard.
a blizzard. Yes, of course. That's gonna help that dog.
Yeah, back to
a
the
pup cup.
Not one of the chocolate ones, though.
Pup cup.
It's a unbelievable video.
I bet that dog would love a blizzard. It's
Heck yeah.
so chunky.
I saw
That dog does not get a blizzard.
Well, maybe just what about a kid size? The pup cup.
That dog gets a bucket of water and some lettuce.
Oh, he deserves
from here on out.
He deserves at least one treat.
Yeah.
That poor bastard's going to drop dead of a heart attack.
I saw a dog on the back of a motorcycle get a pup cup once.
Oh, that's cool.
One of my favorite all-time memories.
I bet.
Did the dog have little goggles and stuff like they do sometimes?
No,
Scarf.
nothing like that.
Like like we cover when Dr. Andrea visits us here, and I think she'll be here this week, won't she, on Thursday?
She's supposed to be, yeah.
Like we talk week after week with Dr. Andrea, veterinarian from German Animal Hospital. Dogs are so friggin' resilient. It's unbelievable, you know. I can tell the story again about my dad's yellow lab getting absolutely smoked on the highway. Friggin' tire tread across her chest.
Oh, no.
She's bleeding out of her nose, bleeding out of her ears, bleeding out of her eyes, bleeding out of her ass when we found her on the side of the road. And I thought, for Christ's sake. I told my girlfriend, we pulled up. We were looking for this dog. Dog ran away. We're drunk off our ass at 2 o'clock in the morning looking for this dog that ran away. And I told my friggin' dad, you got to keep a closer eye on this dog. He didn't. She runs in the highway, gets smoked. My girlfriend at the time and I find her on the side of the road.
I have been using the...
What the hell is that?
I don't know. Was that me? Oh, so yeah, I got an issue over here. My bad.
I'm sorry.
No, it's my fault.
And I told my girlfriend, stay in the car. This dog is dead. I walk up on the dog, and she's blinking her eyes, and she's breathing. And I'm like, son of a bitch. What the hell do I do? Well, it wasn't my dog. It's my dad's dog. So I call my dad. He's only a couple blocks down. And I said, we found your friggin' dog. You come get her. I don't know what to do. What should I do? He says, yeah, I'll be there. He pulls up in his pickup. He's drunk, too, of course. All of us were acting so responsibly. And my dad walks up, heater in his yap, and he says the dog's name. He goes, Sarah. And her friggin' tail starts wagging. Unbelievable. And he picks her up. I said, don't pick her up. Don't. Because that's what you always hear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll hurt the dog even. My dad didn't care. Scooped her up. And the whole time she's like, my guy's here. My guy's here. She's smiling. She's wagging her tail. Brought her into the emergency vet. She did have internal bleeding. She did have to lay there for 12, 14 hours to make sure that corrected itself. But she had 0 broken bones.
Wow.
0. And I'm telling you, it was like a tire ad across her chest. It was like an advertisement for a Firestone tread. You know what I mean? It was such a perfect...
Who the hell left her there?
Left her there?
Yeah, the person that hit her.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's what makes me mad.
Well,
I'm angry.
I'm guessing it was someone like me and my girlfriend and my dad, drunk.
Well, I hope they never get a blizzard.
They don't deserve one. You know what? It's nice. A lot of times you kill the animals in these stories.
Well, she eventually died years later.
Oh, well, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
From old age, or did she end up getting hit by a car again?
She didn't get hit by a car. She got hit by a tank.
Wow.
Yeah.
All those tanks over there in Wayzata.
It was a parade. It was a military parade, and a tank ran her over, and it was just horrible.
Oh. Very squishy.
Oh God, there was so much to mop up. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just retriever in the treads of that thing, I'd imagine.
Her collar hit an old lady in the next county. That tank just. She died of old age, for Pete's sake. But that was incredible. Incredible. I thought, this dog is either dead now or she will be dead in 20 minutes. No broken bones. That was also a lab. Did I mention that? That was also a yellow lab.
Yeah.
All right. We got to get to this. Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry I blew up. I'm sure there's plenty of barrel-chested, hard-working sumbitches in our listening audience who know a thing or two about back pain. Hell, I'm no stranger. When you carry a radio station for 25 years, it's going to take its toll. 25 years. This year is one of those stories where you can't believe, how do I say this? There are still some just ridiculous things going on. Some insane practices and beliefs where it sounds more like 1812 than 20 and by God 25. Stuff like this defies time. Here's an old bag of bones, an old lady in China. She upped and swallowed 8 live frogs because she believed it would cure her back pain.
Try anything, I guess.
Forget ice, heat, painkillers, Ben Gay. She went ahead and swallowed 8 live frogs like she's a largemouth bass, for Christ's sake. By the way, don't you think that bass fishermen are far much more cool than walleye fishermen?
Yeah,
Oh, I
100%.
thought that was a known fact.
651-989-9393 if you want to comment on that. Anyways, this 2,000-year-old Chinese lady by the name of Zhang, she, quote, heard a rumor that eating live frogs cures back pain. So she asked some of her younger and healthier family members to go out and catch her some frogs. She did not tell them why she needed frogs. She just ordered them to fetch, and they did.
If somebody asked me to fetch them some frogs, I think I'd have some questions.
These people weren't going to ask any questions. I don't know why. On day 1, she swallowed 5 frogs, Cubby. On the next day, she gutted 3 of them.
Sounds like a kid's book.
There was an old lady who swallowed a fly.
Before she knowed it, by damn, her stomach turned into garbage. She started going pee-pee out her bottom. She was in terrible pain. Off to the hospital she goes. A doctor puked when he smelled her breath. X-rayed her guts for her. There were parasites swimming around in her boiler and a tapeworm the length of a surfboard. And, of course, 6 half-dead frogs. After 2 weeks in the hospital, Mrs. Zhang, she finally felt a little bit better. They say that along the way, she pooped a lily pad.
Oh.
Man.
No way.
Yeah.
Why did she?
There was a tapeworm the length of a surfboard. She farted a lily pad. Parasite swimming around.
This must be either just desperation, being a dope, or just a bad combination of the two. Maybe we'll all get so desperate in pain where we start swallowing frogs and farting lily pads.
It's not desperation, Josh. It's not desperation. This gal is just friggin' stupid. It says here, in addition to swallowing frogs, many people out there in China also eat snake bladders and fish bladders. Or, listen to this, come on. Or they cover their bodies with frog skin. Again, what is this? 1607? This is what we're doing over there to help with back pain or general pain?
Do you think the wrestler Super Thunder Frog kind of perked up once he heard she's swallowing frogs?
What the hell are they doing over there, Josh?
Just take some Tylenol.
I don't know, but I bet they're fun. It's got to be fun to have a friend like that. Dude, we got her to swallow frogs. You got to hang out with her. She's a riot.
Right. No, I understand. Mrs. Zhang is complaining about a headache, you guys. Get over here. You're going to want to see this. You're going to want to see what she does. Next thing you know, she's, I don't know, pulling the legs off of her house cat and drinking the blood. I don't know. I got a headache. What am I supposed to do? I don't get these people. I don't get it.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Polanco sends it into right and will send Seattle to the American League Championship Series for the first time in 24 years.
Dan and I will be back to talk about it after this on the Detroit Tigers radio network.
And fragile.
I don't have to do a game. Oh.
You get tired.
This game recap. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that out loud? 3, 2, 1.
With Corwell help.
Oh, man. Uh-oh. The Detroit Tigers had a hell of a season. Hell of a season. I mean, they damn near completely wet the bed at the end of the regular season. Then they went on to beat Cleveland in the wild card round. Forced that Game 5 with Seattle. What was that, last Friday?
Yes.
I'm going to go with last Friday.
Friday or Saturday?
Mm-hmm. Friday night.
Played in the longest deciding game in big league postseason history. Detroit lost right there on the base hit by Jorge Polanco. You heard it. Detroit lost 3-2 in 15 innings. And as the game ended, Tigers radio announcer Dan Dickerson, I guess, spoke for all Detroit fans when he wasn't in the mood to recap the game. He was caught on the mic saying, F this game recap. He just wanted to go home.
I don't blame the man.
Just wanted to go friggin' home.
Team just lost a gut wrencher, and then after 15 innings, and you got to come back and recap it? No, thank you.
Seattle moved on to the American League Championship Series, and they put on a great performance last night in beating Toronto in Game 1. Again, Jorge Polanco with a couple of hits, and the pitching was just terrific. We can get into that with Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder when they join us in a half hour. Monday Night Football is a double-ender again tonight. Buffalo, Atlanta, Chicago, Washington. The Pigs play at home tonight against the Los Angeles Kings. There's plenty more to cover. Josh's News is coming up next.
Half-assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
Everyone knows the legend of D.B. Cooper, but what if I told you there's an even better story out there? One with multiple aircraft hijackings, prison escapes, and so many twists and turns. I'm talking about the hit podcast American Skyjacker, which is now an action-packed documentary coming to theaters and streaming this fall. Find out more at www.americanskyjacker.com and listen to the bonus episode of the podcast on October 7th. American Skyjacker. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Hey, wait a minute. You two look kind of familiar. Ain't you them kids that have been whacking off in my tool shed?
93X Half-assed Morning Show.
Kids swim there, and you don't know what's happened to the animals. If the fish eat them and then the people eat the fish, you don't know. And the same thing when you start leaving dead carcasses on the road, that brings in vermin and disease and other things like that.
The chilling discovery of 2 decapitated roosters and a white dove, each completely drained of blood, has authorities in upstate New York investigating a possible link to dark rituals. Sacrifices, as it were.
I don't like the sound of that, not a bit.
The gruesome scene found earlier this month is just the latest in a string of bizarre incidents plaguing the region. Residents are whispering about cult activity, worried something darker than folklore is nesting in their community, and peace in their quiet town may return nevermore. Investigators said there's been 10 similar finds this year alone. In one April case, 2 butchered birds were stuffed into a garbage bag and dumped by the roadside, again bloodless and drained on purpose.
Is there any chance that just some poor bastards running around town forced to eat birds?
Well, they're not eating them.
They're not eating
Unless they're just eating the heads, I guess. Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, the heads might have been there, too. I'm not sure.
Well, they're just
decapitated.
They're dead and bloodless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they're drinking them. I don't know. Authorities say the animal offerings do appear in certain ritual practices tied to voodoo, Santeria, and other related belief systems.
We're not looking at the religion. You can do whatever you want with your religion. However, New York says an animal cannot suffer unjustifiable physical pain or cruelty.
Authorities say without witnesses, video, or someone caught mid-sacrifice, intent is nearly impossible to prove, but they are investigating.
What a hell of a deal that is. Kind of freaky, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Very scary.
Texas may be known for big hats and belt buckles, but some folks reckon they may soon get a more grim association: serial killers. So far this year, Texas police have recovered at least 16 bodies from the bayous surrounding Houston, a discovery that stirred growing fears of a possible serial killer at work, fears officials are trying to kill. Houston's mayor maintains there's no evidence of a serial killer, which is precisely the kind of confident declaration people make right before an HBO documentary about serial killers. And others aren't convinced the situation is so simple. Several experts are now urging a deeper investigation into the mounting deaths, warning that dismissing the pattern too quickly could prove reckless. Something is afoot, said a 50-year-old retired NYPD sergeant who now teaches criminal justice at Penn State. A coincidence? Unlikely. A careful inspection of each case is warranted, including the 48 hours prior to the discovery of their disappearance, he said, emphasizing the need to scrutinize the final hours of each victim's life. The reports out of Houston echo a similar string of troubling incidents in Austin, where a number of bodies have been pulled from Lady Bird Lake, 5 found in just 6 days last month, raising more questions about what exactly is happening in Texas waterways. Still, Houston's police chief told reporters there's absolutely, positively, definitely no connection in these incidents. There's no evidence, and I repeat, no evidence to suggest any of these incidents are connected, he told reporters, with fingers tightly crossed behind his back.
I do say enough's enough on speculation, out of respect for the families and also for 2.3 million Houstonians and our region. We have challenges. We're meeting those challenges, but a serial killer loose in Houston is not one of our challenges today.
A Houston PD commander in the homicide division noted the recovered victims include both men and women, ranging in ages from 20s to 60s. So, if it's a coincidence or a killer hiding in plain sight, officials say don't jump to conclusions, while other experts say don't rule out the possibility a serial killer is lurking in the Lone Star State.
Well, I don't know where to go with this one.
I don't know. It's a lot of bodies, though. It's definitely a lot of bodies.
It's disgusting.
A Texas man wearing a Jason-style hockey mask from the Friday the 13th movies opened fire on a Dallas bus after a dispute with another man. 27-year-old Harrington Hurdle will have to jump a major legal impediment after shooting 43-year-old Norman Brown on a Dallas-area rapid transit bus. According to an arrest affidavit, surveillance video showed Hurdle wearing the mask, which resembled the one worn by the fictional killer Jason in the movies. Hurdle was on one bus wearing the mask, then got off before sitting on a platform. He entered another bus and sat next to the victim. The two reportedly had some sort of argument. Hurdle donned the Camp Crystal Lake couture once more, pulled a not very Jason-authentic gun, and then fired a shot at the victim.
Detectives say they saw a man take off a Jason-style hockey mask while sitting on the platform. And according to those documents, when the man boarded the train, he sat adjacent to Brown. Now, Dart police say he then put on the mask, pulled out a Draco-style AK-47, and shot Brown.
It's unclear if the suspect and victim knew each other before the shooting. To add insult to injury, this marks the second firearm incident on a Dart bus in just 1 week.
That's so weak. If you're going to put a Jason mask on, stay in character and use a machete.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, Jason never used an AK. Come on now.
Commit. No matter what line of work you're in, doing 110 miles per hour in your company vehicle is a pretty quick way to land yourself in the unemployment line. But it's an especially bold choice when activating your lights and sirens in a police car, racing toward your third DUI. The man behind the wheel was 48-year-old Terry Gray, sheriff of Robertson County. According to reports, the incident unfolded when he nearly crashed into the sheriff of a neighboring county, Ryan Swolsky. Swolsky ended up pulling him over and arresting him.
You're getting pretty swolsky over there, son. I'll tell
I'm
you
doing
that.
push-ups.
Yeah.
We can tell.
When he was stopped, Gray was still in uniform. Sheriff Swolsky later said there was no reason for him to be running lights and sirens, adding that he obviously could smell the odor of alcoholic beverages on his person. Gray appeared to acknowledge he'd been drinking, but insisted he was not drunk. Officers found a bottle of Fireball, which Ashley calls bitch whiskey, inside his squad. Tests later revealed a blood alcohol of .226, so the other cop said, well, you know what, that means you're drunk. Nearly 3 times the legal limit. Marks Gray's third DUI arrest in just 2 years.
Well, he's piling them up, huh?
So much so that Kentucky's governor has spoke out on it. He's calling for his resignation. He was arrested for DUI in December 2023 and convicted. Then August of 2024, arrested again after getting drunk and flipping a tractor.
Flipped a tractor.
Oh, wow. That takes some effort.
And while Gray was busy turning his cruiser into a rolling distillery, he wasn't the only badge holder making headlines for less than sober antics. A 39-year-old Pennsylvania state trooper was charged last week with resisting arrest and public drunkenness after police say they witnessed him repeatedly stumble ahead of Penn State football clash with Oregon. Witnesses said the trooper, Nathan Mesner, dressed in a white Penn State hoodie. He was seen stumbling repeatedly near Beaver Stadium before he ate it. Another trooper found him lying on the sidewalk across the street, clearly intoxicated and struggling to keep his balance. Each time he tried to stand, he fell. His speech was slurred, and despite officers' commands to sit down, he refused to comply. They said he smelled strongly of alcohol and at one point stumbled directly into a tree, prompting troopers to call for emergency medical services.
Well, is this guy a rookie or something? How old a guy is he?
39.
He can't keep himself upright while drinking.
No, apparently he went for it. When officers attempted to take him into custody, they said he tensed up, pulled his arms away before being taken to the ground. He was handcuffed, transported by ambulance to a hospital where he allegedly continued resisting officers until he was sedated. They had to sedate the guy.
What a moron. 40 years old. Yay, college football. Hammered off his ass.
Yeah.
Grow up, for Christ's sake.
As the old saying goes, no good deed goes unpunished. In fact, it occasionally is armed. A Florida man learned that the hard way when what he thought was a moment of kindness turned into a carjacking at gunpoint. It was nearly 9 p.m. last Monday when 34-year-old Grant Haygood James played the role of pedestrian in peril, waving down a driver at an intersection. The would-be Good Samaritan, fresh from jiu-jitsu class.
What?
And presumably more accustomed to chokeholds than con jobs, pulled over to assist, which was an unfortunate mistake. When he rolled down his window, Haygood James asked for a ride. Something about him didn't feel right, so the driver declined, as did the situation, quite rapidly. "No, I need a ride. I need this," the suspect insisted, as he ran around to the driver's side door.
Yeah, don't care, dude.
According to police, Haygood James pulled a gun and ordered the victim out of the car before speeding off.
He said he needed a ride, and after taking a look at him, I thought, this guy is sketchy. I said, nope, and I started to pull forward, but he stayed with the window, and that's when he said, "I need this." That's when I realized he had a gun pointed at me.
He took the wallet and phone of the victim, so the victim was forced to flag down another motorist and called 911, but karma wasn't choking out early. Roughly 20 minutes later, restaurant employees spotted a soggy man climbing out of a river. Surprise, it was Haygood James. He immediately jumped back into the water and tried hiding in the mangroves, but deputies were already closing in, and here's that sweet sound of justice.
Get up on your stomach! Get on your
What did I do, bro?
Hold on,
Hey, I don't...
Authorities soon hauled him out and recovered both the stolen gun, and they found the car. As for the victim, he says he'll think twice next time before stopping to help someone on the road, and will definitely be more cautious.
Never stop for anybody.
What, did he crash the car into the swamp?
Well, no, I guess they didn't say specifically where they got it. It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like he just ditched it and jumped in a river. And then he's spotted and he jumped right back in. In Florida, even bladder control can become a matter of life and death. In a case of deeply misplaced honor and an aversion to urination, a man was arrested for threatening a victim who took a leak near his girlfriend. Just before midnight, September 13th, three friends left one of their apartments and headed to a nearby gas station. Somewhere between point A and point I gotta go, one of them strayed and opted for nature's urinal. Unfortunately, he chose a spot not far from another man's girlfriend, and that boyfriend added cutlery to his attempt at chivalry. The boyfriend pulled a knife and yelled at the victim, who said he disrespected his girlfriend by urinating in public, not too far from her. The victim's friend rushed in, played mediator, apologized for the rogue stream, and even shook the suspect's hand. It seemed like the tension had eased at first, but peace was not achieved. The victim stated after his friend left, he walked toward a nearby parking lot intending to apologize to the defendant and then was stabbed for his efforts. Detectives later found his wallet and cell phone at the crime scene, which shockingly helped confirm the suspect's identity, and surveillance footage sealed the deal as well.
I hope it was worth it.
Yeah, I mean, was she that upset?
Probably
she
not.
Didn't care at all.
I can't imagine she's that upset. Well, and again, he didn't go on her. It was just she happened to be in the area. A Florida man tried to shoplift from a Home Depot, only to upgrade his crimes from petty theft to pretend terrorism when he made a false bomb threat after being approached by a loss prevention officer.
That's how you do it.
Yep. Announcing he had explosives in his backpack and asking a strange question, "Can you smell it?" After walking out of the store...
Can you usually?
It's not a question I ever really want to be asked.
Pardon? After walking... I'm not a dog. After walking out of the store, the 37-year-old suspect pulled a pack of lighters from his pocket and held them as if he might set something off. Concerned he was about to ignite the device, the officer grabbed the lighters and contacted a sheriff's office deputy who happened to be working off duty nearby. The deputy detained the man, but the threats didn't stop. He continued making alarming statements toward the store and the people around him, which led authorities to call in the bomb squad and evacuate the entire building.
Jeez, what a pain in the ass.
Once again, he insisted there was a bomb in his backpack, but when officers searched it, they didn't find a bomb, just 2 Tide detergent bottles that he had stolen, worth about $25.
Guy had some laundry to do.
The National Weather Service announced last week a deadly tornado that tore through a rural North Dakota city in June was reclassified as an EF5, the first twister in the United States to earn that rating in 12 years. According to the agency's Grand Forks office, the storm touched down near the southeastern city of Enderlin on June 20th, carrying winds that peaked at more than 210 miles an hour. To reach the EF5 designation, the highest on the enhanced Fujita scale, winds must climb past 200 miles an hour. In the days immediately after the storm, the tornado had been estimated at only EF3 strength, but they have upgraded that. Tragically, 3 lives were lost, 2 men and a woman, and the damage left behind was staggering. Entire swaths of trees flattened, rail cars loaded with grain knocked from the tracks, massive tanker cars were tossed into the air. One tanker, the NWS reported, was hurled hundreds of feet.
These cars were picked up by the winds of this tornado and dropped 470 feet away from the center circulation of where they were picked up.
The storm lasted just under 20 minutes, beginning at 11:02 p.m., ending at 11:21 p.m., carving a destructive 12-mile path. The last time the U.S. witnessed a tornado of this scale was May 30th, 2013, when an EF5 struck Moore, Oklahoma. That tornado traveled more than 14 miles, reached wind speeds of up to 200 miles an hour, claimed 24 lives, injured over 200 people, and left widespread destruction in its wake.
Dang.
That's pretty scary stuff.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember hearing about that sumbitch. That sounds awful.
Here's a little rock news for you. Guitarist Slash hinted that a new Guns N' Roses album is on the horizon.
Oh, really?
The famous top hat-wearing axe-slinger said the band has plenty of material ready to go and, quote, everybody's talking about it. So fingers crossed for fans. They might have to wait just a little bit longer, and that's it.
Well, GNR fans are used to waiting for things.
Yeah, it's been a while. There's some Monday Night Football television double penetration tonight. First, the Falcons will host the Bills, followed by Washington at home against Chicago. Jerry Rice, the legendary runner-up to Drew Lachey on Season 2 of Dancing with the Stars, 63 today.
It's a very controversial finish.
Was it really?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh. Chris Carter, the legendary creator of The X-Files, is 69 today. He not only can't drive 55 at his age, he may need his license taken away. Sammy Hagar, 78.
God dang.
78. Metal Hand finishing Jesus texts the Luther Bloomington Kia text line a happy first anniversary to his daughter and son-in-law. Shout out to Mechanic Scuba Steve. Happy 13th wedding anniversary. Congratulations to Big Rig Fenders Jesus, whose offer got accepted on his first house. Good luck to Taco, going in for shoulder surgery this morning from Big Al, the rod builder.
You're going to regret that house.
I didn't want to scare him.
You're going to regret it.
Yeah, I sent Nick a fun video from what we were dealing with over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, you had a total nightmare at your house again.
Yeah, we got another pool.
You know that house that I've told you to move out of for the last friggin' 12 years?
Trust me, I've brought it up before at home. It doesn't go very far. But yeah, we have a brand new pool. Unfortunately, it's in our dining room again. Happy belated birthday to Katie from Metal Grinding to Burring Jesus, and happy 15th to Ben from Dad, Mom, and Eli. That's 93X News.
Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder on the Half-Ass Morning Show.
Brown on first down, it's intercepted. Coy Parrish, it's a homecoming house call.
Hey, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder have limped their way onto the scene. Good morning. Gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this past Saturday night, Coy Parrish returned an interception for the go-ahead touchdown in the fourth quarter. The Golden Gophers held on to beat Purdue by a 27-20 final.
I would say more that came from behind to beat Purdue than held on, because they were lucky to have some things happen their way that game.
Well, you know, I watched some of the ball game, and turnovers and penalties boned Purdue on Saturday night.
Yeah, and the interception mistake was critical because, I mean, Coy Parrish did such a great job of picking that ball off and taking it in for the touchdown, but it was not a smart play for Purdue.
The Boilermakers committed 9 penalties, and they threw 3 interceptions, one on the goal line, for Christ's sake. So,
yeah. It was an atypical Gopher kind of game because they threw the ball 45 times, which maybe since Jim Wacker was the last time I've seen a Gopher team throw the ball as much as they did on Saturday night. In fact, they easily doubled the amount of pass attempts over the amount of rush attempts, which under PJ Fleck, I don't have the history in front of me, but I can imagine there are many games under PJ where they did exactly that on the offensive side.
Yeah,
I think they're starting to realize what they have a little bit with Lindsey. I think I think they feel a little bit more comfortable opening up the offense with him. I think is what I'm seeing.
I think that's obvious. Yeah, statistically, Purdue should have won Saturday night's game.
Yes,
but it helps when the other club steps on their own rod. Next up, the boys host Nebraska for a Friday night game. Randy doesn't like Friday night games.
I do this week because high school football is on a Wednesday night, so that actually works out great. And I think Nebraska's number one running back is a former Holy Angels kid. So that'll be fun. He'll be coming home to play against the Gophers.
I'm looking right now. I'm staring at a Holy Angels kid.
Yes,
too.
you are.
He's no kid anymore. He's 50. But he's a Holy Angels product.
I am, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That kid's a little better at athletics than I ever was, it sounds like.
Ashley, you went to the game on Saturday with your son, his first Gopher game. What were his big takeaways?
He didn't really watch much of it. And not a fan of those little baby headphones you got to put on. We left at halftime.
Yeah.
He couldn't hang.
I don't know what the hell you were doing bringing a newborn baby to a football game in the first place.
No.
Whenever I see a newborn baby at a ball game, I say, "What are you doing?"
It went really, really great. Actually, he was very well behaved.
Who's his team?
Oh, he's a Gophers fan.
He is a Gophers fan.
Absolutely,
Okay,
yeah.
that's good.
He's a smart kid, obviously.
But back to this whole new vibe that the Golden Gopher Football Club has going. It's really kind of fun to watch. I mean, personally, as a Golden Gopher football fan, I've been waiting for this for years. I mean, it was totally reasonable that the Golden Gophers were always a running team because of the unbelievable running backs they've had for the last 40 years, for Christ's sake. Go ahead, name them. Maroney and Barber and the Thomas Tapé, Chris Darkins, Mo Ibrahim. So, but at the same time, as much as I loved watching those guys run the ball, Darrell Thompson, of course, always needs to be mentioned.
Right.
At the same time, I've been kind of waiting for a little more of an exciting, kind of a lawless approach. And since last year when they had the Brosmer kid, and now with this freshman Lindsey, it's a little more of an exciting brand of football. That's all. Just a little more exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get done talking college football, Penn State. Jesus, PJ. Don't sneak up on me like that.
Excited about James Franklin.
Penn State fired their head coach, James Franklin. He's been there for 12 years, but this year's been a total nightmare, so they fired him.
It walks away with a cool $50 million.
Is that what happened?
It's a total nightmare because he's 3-3, right? I mean, they were ranked number 2 in the country coming in.
Right.
The book on him is he'll beat the teams that are
lesser than
and lose the big games, but somehow survive for 12 years in the Big Ten. His dismissal now means that PJ is the second longest tenured coach in the Big Ten, behind Kirk Ferentz at Iowa.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
F me running. Yeah, what really
and he was probably I mean I don't know whether how this would have played out, but when they lost to Oregon a few weeks ago, it was a close game. I mean they almost beat, Oregon. So let's say they beat Oregon, he's probably a win against Oregon away from getting an extension, and 3 weeks later he's out of a job.
Well, they lost to the University of California at Los Angeles, and they're awful. He lost in a Northwestern at home. There were a lot of people, I think, like
they also
Randy
lost
said.
their quarterback for the rest of the season, too. So that didn't help. And he was not going to get an extension, Brad. They already gave him a long-term contract like a year ago.
I was tongue in cheek a little bit with the extension comment.
I mean, they gave him a contract that a lot of people at Penn State were like, "What are you doing?" I mean, the guy really, honestly, hasn't proven anything. And you're giving him a 10-year contract, which is what he's under basically right now.
That's why losing his starting quarterback wasn't brought into consideration, because there were a lot of people who've wanted this guy gone forever
you're right.
for the very same reason what you brought up. He can't beat He can't beat the massive ball clubs like Ohio State and this and that. Who cares? NFL now. A cute little scrap busted loose after the Chiefs and Lions game ended last night.
Yeah.
This is up on 93x.com if you haven't seen it.
I mean, there's not much to it. It's your typical football fight. A player for the Lions by the name of Brian Branch refused to shake Patrick Mahomes' hand. Now, that was fun to watch. Patrick Mahomes extends his hand. Hey, bro, good game. And the dude said, blow me. And then he slapped Juju Smith-Schuster of the Chiefs across the face mask, and then they all piled in and hugged each other. Somebody's going to get fined.
Yeah. I mean, Schuster kind of did a little acting job, too, falling backwards.
Seemed that way.
Yeah. There's real some soccer in that.
Yeah, there was a lot of soccer in that. But, yeah, I mean, it was a good football game. I mean, the Lions had opportunities last night and just couldn't capitalize. And Kansas City, it feels like they're back, their offense. I mean, they get Rashee Rice back now off the suspension.
Is he free at last, like the players mentioned a couple weeks ago?
Free at last. He'll be back on their roster this week. So look for Kansas City to kind of put things together here.
I'll continue to ignore them.
Didn't watch it. I watched the baseball, but I did look at the box score this morning from the football game. Kansas City did not have one single penalty in the game. Did I see that correct?
You are correct.
You're telling me that they didn't do one thing wrong.
You're right, Brad Ryder.
That's not possible, and just the way the sport works.
The Kansas City Chiefs had 0 penalties called on them, is how I should have said that, during last night's game, and folks are calling it another shady rig job by the NFL to keep the Chiefs relevant.
The NFL wasn't going to allow the Chiefs to go to 2-4.
Yeah, quantifying it, I didn't watch the game, but
neither did I.
I did. I watched baseball, but I saw that, and I'm like, there's no way they didn't do anything wrong the entire game.
Right. So fans, again, are all over the misguided and misinformed social media and saying this was a scam. This was a rigged deal to keep the Chiefs in the mix at all costs.
Well,
not
they're
one
in the
holding
mix.
penalty.
Nope. And, of course, there are videos everywhere showing here's Travis Kelce holding this guy. Here's this Chief holding that guy.
Right.
So just so you know, it's out there, and I agree with every word of it. I agree with every word of it.
Oh, man.
What else happened in the National Football League?
How about Justin Fields, minus 10 yards passing?
Oh, no.
Oh, that's hard to do.
Hard to do. In this day and age, that's almost impossible to do.
The New York Jets quarterback, Justin Fields.
Sacked 9 times by the Broncos, finished with minus 10 yards passing. And they haven't won a game yet.
That sucks.
Oh,
He's a call.
God. Aaron Glenn, I wonder if Aaron Glenn is like second-guessing his decision to
Oh, he's got to be.
leave Detroit. Oh, man.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, they're good, boy.
And the Colts won again.
How about Sam Darnold? Goes into Jacksonville. He's got Seattle playing. I mean, Seattle's playing really well.
The Vikings.
That entire division is really good. I mean,
they
you
are.
got the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Rams are really good.
Yeah. Said that the other day, that division is the best in football, and they continue to play like it.
The Vikings never should have released Sam Darnold. Tampa Bay beat San Francisco by a few points yesterday. Tampa Bay still looks damn good.
Carolina with a big win over Dallas yesterday. They're now 3-3. They're 500. Carolina.
Cincinnati Bengals kicker Evan McPherson almost set an NFL record yesterday. He lined up for a 67-yard field goal at the end of the first half against the Green Bay Packers. And the football banged off the crossbar and off the goalpost, bounced off of every damn thing, and went through the uprights. But Packers head coach Matt LaFleur, who looks exactly like Josh's brother, had called a timeout before the kick, and so it doesn't count. He would have broken the record for the longest field goal in NFL history at 66 yards, which was set by Baltimore Ravens kicker Justin Tucker, former Baltimore Ravens kicker. So, but it never counted because Josh's brother called the timeout. He tried the kick again after the timeout, and it fell a few yards short. Dick move.
Oh, that would make me so angry.
I was looking at the NFC standings here. There's 2 teams with 1 loss. You got the Packers and the Buccaneers, and then you've got 9 teams with 2 losses. So I think what that says is we don't really know who's going to be good yet.
Not yet.
We really don't know yet.
And Chicago plays Washington tonight, which will have a bearing on it. Atlanta plays tonight. That'll have a bearing on it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, it's the dogfight
wide open.
In the NFC. The AFC is totally different. There's some pretty clear-cut teams right now, but you're right. In the NFC, it's a real dogfight, and the Vikings actually are right in the middle of the mix. So
here's what I have on the Vikings this morning. Headline: says here, confirmed. The Vikings have no idea who will play quarterback this coming Sunday.
Oh, they do too. I'm sure they have an idea.
Mr. Carson Wentz has shoulder issues. Unproven and injury-prone. Rookie quarterback J.J. McCarthy is unproven and injury-prone. And it says here the NFL game is moving faster than McCarthy was equipped to handle. That's what I have on the Vikings this morning. Where do you go with that?
I think that McCarthy will likely be the starter this week. That was the plan all along, that after the bye, he would be ready to go. I think they're going to go back to plan A, which was JJ, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Who the hell do they play? Philadelphia?
Philadelphia at home.
Yeah.
A pissed off Philly team.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Two more teams with 2 losses.
Yep.
Who the hell is Danny Dimes?
That's
Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones.
Oh, to me, he's Indiana Jones. Okay, a listener just texted in. The Vikings had Danny Dimes and Sammy Slingshot.
Sammy Sling, come on with that.
Look, I'm not calling Sam Darnold Sammy Slingshot for any friggin' reason. He never should have left this town. He still should be the starting quarterback, but I'm not calling him Sammy Slingshot. Sorry, Corey can't beat me at golf, Jesus. Those are cute nicknames, but I'm not going that route. Corey can't beat me at golf, Jesus said the Vikings had Danny Dimes and Sammy Slingshot on the same roster, and now look at both of them. They're both way better than McCarthy because he's injury-prone and unproven. That's what he had to say. Speaking of quarterbacks, Mark Sanchez spoke to the press for the first time since he went bananas in Indianapolis.
No way. I'm surprised that his lawyers let him do that.
Well, he didn't say much.
No, it wasn't.
Right.
I didn't say much of anything.
He didn't get into great detail, Smash.
Yeah.
Mark, is there anything you want to say to the people of Indianapolis?
I know I'm just focused on my recovery, and I just wanted to thank the first responders. I just want to thank Dr. Mossler, the surgeon. She saved my life. Sorry, I can't answer earlier.
Are you feeling any better?
Thank you, guys. I'm recovering slowly, man.
There you
Appreciate
go. See you later. Bye. He didn't say much. But it's the first he's said of anything since he played that game of dagger tag with an old truck driver in the alleys of Indianapolis.
Crazy. Just a crazy story.
How'd he look?
I didn't see the
He
video.
was moving a little slow.
Yeah, not very bad for a guy that got stabbed a bunch of times.
Did he have like a shame face?
His arm was in a sling. Yeah, he kind of looked hungover.
Oh, God, a neck brace. Oh, God. I believe now he's sitting in jail for a short while after getting out the hospital.
I thought he was out already. I thought it was like just
I'm sure it
a handful of hours, really.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd sit there too long.
Yeah, I bet he doesn't have a hard time paying bail.
No, he'll be all right.
Felony charges. You know about the felony charges.
He's in for a long haul, boy.
Could result in 1 to 6 years in prison.
God.
Craziest effing story in 20 years. I'll say it again.
So
Yeah, it is. It is.
Craziest NFL-related
so
story
bizarre.
in 20 years. Dagger tag. Yeah, man. My bro Lanahan, again, who will be joining us this weekend out in Turtle Lake, Wisconsin. He survived a game of dagger tag when he was 12. You can ask him all about it. Against a man who was 5 times older than him.
He's got the speed.
Oh, God. Friggin' dagger tag happening right there at my dad's fishing shack. A 6th grader against a guy who fought in World War I. I've never seen anything like it. And Lanahan won. Oh, man. And you know what? The following summer, my dad said, should we invite the guy who played dagger tag with a 12-year-old? Should we invite him again? And we kids said, no. My dad said, yeah, he's all right. We'll bring him again. So then Lanahan had to sit in a fishing boat. He had to sit in a fishing boat with the 99-year-old man who tried to kill him in a game of dagger tag the following summer. You don't put a 12-year-old back in the boat with the guy who played dagger tag. What are you doing? But that's what they did. They brought him back. And they acted like they never played dagger tag with each other.
We never spoke about it again.
Never said a word. That was weird. The hell?
I love your childhood.
Yeah, it was different.
One word for it.
Speaking of Indianapolis and the Indianapolis Colts, boy, this quarterback who backs up Indiana Jones, Anthony Richardson, boy, he can't catch up.
He can't.
He can't catch a friggin' break.
He's got to be embarrassed.
So, before yesterday's Colts game, everyone was, the media is all wetting their pants because this Richardson guy never took the field. And they're wondering what the hell happened to this Anthony Richardson. He's supposed to be learning under Indiana Jones. He's supposed to be their next big quarterback. He never took the field. And then later, it was revealed that Anthony Richardson was warming up in the locker room with some resistance bands. Have you ever done a workout with those things, Josh?
Yeah, I've used them before.
You ever get
your shoulder injury?
Yeah. Oh, how'd you injure your shoulder?
I tore a rotator cuff.
Doing what?
Cranking off.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Cranking off.
I didn't know you tore a rotator cuff.
Yeah.
Doesn't that require surgery?
No, it wasn't bad enough for surgery. Well, they said I could, but it wasn't.
What did you do?
It was when I used to be really into lifting weights and stuff.
Oh, I remember those days.
Yeah, so I messed it up pretty good, and so I'd have to use those resistant bands.
Well, I told you, dude, when you bench press, you bounce that bar off your chest as hard as possible.
Well, you told me too late.
I did.
Yeah. Cranking off, Dana. You should be ashamed of
That's
I've never
dumb.
hurt myself once doing that. Not even once.
You're a safe cranker.
They found out this Richardson guy was working out in the locker room with these resistance bands, and one of them, he lost his grip, and it came flying back at his face, and it smacked him in the face, and he had to have stitches in his vent, and it busted one of his orbital bones.
God, that's crazy.
Like walking back in the locker room the day after that happens.
I was trying to figure out how that would happen. I mean, he's got obviously a much bigger wingspan than I do. I wonder if he was stepping on one side or.
Hell, I don't know. I've never dangled with.
I can't figure that one out.
Hit him right in his friggin' mush, and he's done.
Broken orbital bone. My goodness.
Yeah, it's like he was trying to deliver oil at a hotel in Indianapolis. You know what I mean? And then a former quarterback. Detroit Lions head coach. Is it still that Dan Campbell character?
Yeah, same guy.
The clock's ticking on him.
The clock is not ticking on him.
Dan Campbell. You guys have to fill me in on this. Because I don't drink coffee or any kind of caffeine. I haven't had a caffeinated drink in 20 years or something like that.
Crazy.
Dan Campbell revealed to the media his Starbucks order, and apparently he should be dead.
Oh, what do we got?
Okay. It says here everyone has their own go-to coffee order. Any of you fellers and ladies have a?
Yep, absolutely.
What do you get every time?
I either get a plain old medium vanilla iced latte or I do a matcha with strawberry cold foam.
Oh. The old matcha with strawberry cold foam.
Oh, it's so delicious, but not enough caffeine.
How about a black coffee with nothing in it? That's mine.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I do too, Brad. If I ever have to drink coffee, it's out of necessity, not for the taste or the flavor.
See, I used to be that way, and then I discovered this wonderful thing that is flavored coffee, and I was like, why am I torturing myself with this black coffee nonsense?
Yeah, okay. So there's lots of different routes you can take. Dan Campbell says, I go to Starbucks Air Day, and he says, so you guys help me out. I don't know what any of this means. I get 2 venti of the pike with 2 shots in them. So black eye in both. That's how I start the day.
That is a lot of caffeine.
Randy Shaver, do you understand this language?
I don't drink coffee. Never have. My wife gets coffee regularly, and she does the flavored kind of stuff too. So
okay.
I understand a little bit of the terminology, but I don't understand what it means and what it.
Go ahead, Brad. You seem to.
A venti pike is just basically a black coffee, but if he's getting a couple of extra shots in it, that just means he's getting a little bit more caffeine in it.
And the venti is the biggest you can get.
Yeah.
So that.
Yep.
And he's having 2 of them. That is a lot of caffeine.
Yeah, I'll get the heart rate going.
I was shamed. Not knowing that term. My wife used to drink that stuff all the time, and I was kind of embarrassed by her order because it went on forever, and there's all these terms I didn't really understand. But I had asked for a large, and the guy's like, large? Do you mean a venti? Like, I said, I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Like, that's what a large is. Like,
yeah.
He was a jerk about it.
I've had that same situation.
Have you really?
Josh. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. I
right.
don't. This
oh,
is
for
not.
Christ's sake, Josh.
I protest that.
No one should be expected to know that.
Oh, man.
I refuse to use their lingo.
You can't just say coffee. You got to say pike.
Do you really?
Friggin' coffee.
Yeah.
Why is that? Just so you can be part of the club?
These friggin' coffee people, they're nuts. Anyway.
I felt shame.
So
I didn't know. Nobody told me.
Josh just walks out of Starbucks crying.
Like, well, now I know.
So when this Campbell guy gets his 2 venti of the pike and the 2 shots in there as well, it means he's consuming between 1,080 and 1,280 milligrams of caffeine every day. And that's a lot. A lot.
Yeah, I usually have like 150 to 200 max.
They say you should probably not push it past 400
That's
milligrams
the magic number, they say, yeah.
of caffeine. But this isn't true.
Anything past that is 2 venti.
2 venti. Now, body weight has something to do with what a person can handle when it comes to caffeine. He is a bigger cat. So they say maybe his limit is more around 721 milligrams. But, like I said, he's up around the 1,080, 1,200, whatever. But
I'm thinking I have about 300 a day because I have 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and then I have a Celsius in the afternoon.
How much did you say? Well, isn't a Celsius 200 right there?
Yeah. And so if I have 2 cups of coffee, that's usually about 50 each. So, and the Celsius is 200, so I have about 300 a day.
There's quite a few people who have been shamed. Thank you for your text support.
Yeah, you're not alone, Josh.
When you were, I figured the dude was just having the worst day of all time. Maybe he didn't have his venti, whatever.
Don't worry about it, Cubby.
But yeah, a lot of people got shamed by it.
You should have seen me the first time I went to a drive-through where you somehow use your phone.
No.
Do you understand the gimmick?
Yeah, like McDonald's will do. Well, they'll ask you, "Hey, do you have the mobile order?"
Yes, I had no idea what this was, and my wife is sitting next to me, and she's playing with her phone, and of course I'm about ready to stick my skull out the open window and bark my order into the speaker, and she says, No, I got a mobile order, and I didn't have any idea what that means. And the guy at the in the drive-thru says, "Yes, welcome to McDonald's." And this is what I said out loud. I said, "Yeah, we have a cell phone."
Sweet, man. When'd you get it?
Yeah,
I have a cell phone.
And the wife is laughing, and the drive-thru guy is laughing, and I'm like, I don't understand this game.
Oh my god!
Those people that have mobile, those people that have mobile orders though are the best people because they go through the line so fast.
I have a cell phone.
Yeah, he's got a cell phone.
We have 2 cell phones. One belongs to me, and the other belongs to Beavis. I don't know if I still do that with any accuracy.
No, you nailed it.
But I
Yes,
like to
you do.
I enjoy doing it. I just don't know if it.
Any Beavis and Butthead reference is a good thing.
So Dan Campbell's
I haven't watched the new season yet. I got to get going on that.
I've watched a couple. It's pretty good.
My favorite little joke I ever heard about. I know nothing about coffee. I don't understand the coffee crowd, but I remember there was a joke. Maybe it was on Saturday Night Live years ago, and it referenced how much coffee some people go through in a day, and the little slogan was. Remember the coffee slogan, good to the last drop? Was that Maxwell House?
Folgers.
Folgers.
But the joke was good until your irregular heartbeat causes you to drop the cup.
You see Maxwell House as a joke change their name?
No.
To Maxwell Apartment, just a commentary on how expensive it is to own a home.
Sure.
I thought that was pretty funny. I'm trying to remember my wife's order because it was something like, I don't remember. What's a medium? Is it just medium?
Grande.
Grande? Okay, yeah, it was like a grande, half calf, like 2 shots of, something. I can't even remember. It was all kinds of the stuff in there that was very embarrassing for me to order. And complicated.
I don't know what
takes forever. Takes
I've
a while
always
to order.
I've like seen online some like coffee orders will go viral and they're like you have to try this one, but if it's more than like two additives, I get too nervous. Like even though the people at Starbucks and Caribou probably get that stuff all the time, I feel like they're just going to start laughing at me.
Well, the first time my wife ordered that, I thought she ordered like 6 different drinks. I didn't realize that was all one.
You're not the only person who's gotten laughed at Starbucks. I remember one time I had to order my daughter I called it a strawberry acai lemonade. And the person at the windows started laughing and said, "Oh, you mean acai?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, I thought it was acai. I've never heard anybody say it.
So
it's
did
acai.
No.
So
Okay.
Josh and I almost starved to death at a restaurant one night because we didn't realize that the squiggly lines on the table were how we order our food.
QR code?
Yeah, and nobody had come over to us. We had no. This was right after they started opening stuff up after the pandemic.
It was 40 minutes, and I finally said to a waiter, I said, "Who do I got to bang to get a menu around here?" You know?
This service sucks.
Right?
That's kind of what we thought. Yeah, we were very confused.
And then the guy pointed at the table, and there were some squiggly lines, and
He
I
just
thought he was
taped to it. Yeah.
I thought he was out of his mind. And Josh goes, "Oh no, you point your phone at the." I didn't know anything about that either. What are you talking about? You point your phone at this thing, and then what?
Oh my God.
There's a lot of people that are texting in saying they also thought it was acai. Yeah, if you don't hear anybody say it, how would you know?
Exactly. And they were laughing at me, and they're like, "Oh, you mean acai?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Sure.
Aw, poor Brad.
It happened to me when I called quinoa quinoa once.
That's what I used to think it was, too.
Yep, same here.
Yeah.
What a hell of an impressive performance by the Seattle Mariners last night.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I thought, like a lot of folks, after that friggin' marathon game they had with Detroit on Friday night, right, 9 times out of 10, there's a little bit of a letdown.
Sure.
The following game from a club who goes through one of these 15-inning stressful type. They played Game 1 of the American League Championship Series last night in Ontario. Old barrel ass hit a dong. Jorge Polanco drove in a couple of runs. The Mariners' pitching was absolutely wonderful.
Yep.
And they beat Toronto in Game 1 of the American League Championship Series by a final of 3-1.
Yep, they have something. I mean, obviously they got something going, and it just doesn't feel like they're going to be deterred by anything.
The pitching, my God, the pitching.
Yeah.
That's one of the best lineups in baseball.
Keep in mind, their pitching to start the year, I think they had 3 starters injured to start the season. And so they knew once they got everybody healthy that they were going to be really good. It just took almost the entire season for their rotation to actually get healthy. And now you see the effects of that. Yeah, they pitched great last night, and Toronto's going to be fine.
Oh yeah,
this is going to be I think this will be a 7-game series. I really do, because the Blue Jays can hit the ball. They're going to get started at some point in this series.
Yeah, at one point it'll be all guns blazing.
Last night, 2 hits
for the
all
Blue
they
Jays,
got.
right?
So, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
At one point or another, it'll be all guns blazing for the Blue Jays, but you just wonder where will they be in this series when the bats take off. George Springer homered on the first pitch of the game from Seattle starter Bryce Miller, And then Anthony Santander singled in the second inning for Toronto's only
that was
other
it.
hit.
Yeah.
Seattle pitchers retired 23 of the Blue Jays' final 24 batters. Just terrific. And they threw 100 pitchers. I'll get there. They threw 100 pitches amongst the 4 pitchers on the bump.
Which is super impressive. In a
Unbelievable.
game like that. Yeah.
You know, and everybody obviously talks about Raleigh and the 60-plus home runs and his hitting, but, you know, he's back there catching every single game, and he's handling those pitchers, too. I mean,
tough gig.
Fact that, I mean, you can talk about the home runs all you want, but, I mean, his value to that team is well beyond that. I mean, the way he handles those pitchers. A couple of times last night, I watched the game, last night, you could tell pitcher was struggling a little bit with either the strike zone or something, and he'd go out there, and then, boom, 3 pitches later, they're out of the inning. So
Game 2 is today, along with Game 1 of the National League Championship Series begins tonight. The Dodgers are at Milwaukee. Let me tell you, those L.A. people are not going to be impressed with Milwaukee.
Fish out of water.
The world-famous Savannah Bananas still on their Banana Ball World Tour. They've announced they're going to play a ball game at Target Field next summer.
That'll be
I
fun.
think they're playing more than one, aren't they?
I thought it was a weekend series.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think they're
a series.
playing multiple games.
Yeah, they're going to play a series at Target Field next summer. August 7th through the 9th. The Bananas are scheduled to play the Loco Beach Coconuts. See, now they have multiple teams now.
The Washington Generals?
Right. Starting next year, there'll be 6 teams in the Banana Ball League. It just won't be the Bananas and the Donkey Nuts. Or what's the other team they always play?
The Party Animals?
Right.
That 3-game series might draw more fans than the Twins do the entire month of August.
You stole my thunder. I was about to say that we'll have 3 sellouts at least at Target Field next year.
Yeah, you have to. If you want to land a ticket, you got to join some kind of lottery. You're on your own with that. But real quick, I've only caught a little bit of the Bananas. Here are the 11 rules of Banana Ball. Each inning counts as a point. I'm not sure what they mean by that. Does that mean like if you're leading 2-1 after one inning, you get a point, and then after the second inning, I don't know. There's a 2-hour time limit. Batters cannot step out of the box. There is no bunting. Batters can steal first base.
That's awesome.
I'd like to see that. There are no walks. There are no mound visits. A fan catching a foul ball is an out. There's a one-on-one showdown tiebreaker. Fans can challenge plays, and a golden batter can be used once per game. Who do you suppose the golden batter or batters will be here in town? Joe Mauer absolutely will be one of them, don't you think?
Yes.
Morneau could be.
Justin Morneau, Michael Kadire, Torrey Hunter,
Herbeck, maybe?
Oh, God, that would be great. Sure, Gary Gaetti. I mean,
God, wouldn't it be awesome if Tony Oliva stepped up to the
F me running, or Rodney.
Gosh. Well, I don't know about Rodney. I don't know if Rodney is in that kind of shape, but Tony would be incredible.
Oh, my damn. Because that's how they do it, right? They go to New York, and suddenly here comes...
what a smart thing to do. I mean, that just...
Here comes Lenny Dykstra,
Super
right?
smart.
He's got a whiskey bottle in one hand and a prostitute in the other. That's how they do it. They get the local flavor.
Yep.
Oh, that'll be great. Maybe even a Viking. Maybe like John Randall or...
Oh. Bet he's getting hit for power.
Or Mike Modano.
Yeah, there you go.
Speaking of hockey, the Pigs play at home tonight against the Los Angeles Kings. They really didn't impress anybody in the home opener.
No.
I mean, they put a hell of a lot of shots on goal, really. The Columbus Blue Jackets deserve, and their goaltender deserve a lot of credit. They put 52 shots on goal in their home opener. That's like mid-'80s Golden Gopher hockey type shots on goal right there.
So they shot the puck.
They shot the piss out of the puck. But they lost to Columbus, the most nondescript club in all of professional sport. It's going to happen. It'll happen. There's 82 of these damn things.
Disappointing, though, in the home opener to do that.
Yeah,
Saturday night home crowd.
With all the crowd, everybody fired up.
It was a carnival-like
Jacques
atmosphere.
Lemaire and everybody there.
Jacques Lemaire was there.
Yep.
Played on the line with him. Something I'll take to the grave.
Yep.
In a charity hockey game.
He looked good, too.
I played on the line with Jacques Lemaire and Mario Tremblay. We made the friggin' opposition look like idiots. The three of us. Idiots. What's your favorite arena or stadium snacky snack? Go, Cubby. Your favorite stadium or arena? Wiener, peanuts, nachos?
I go to hamburger a lot.
Hamburger?
But hot dogs, sure. Nachos are great.
Anybody else? Your favorite? I'm real simple. Wiener, bag of peanuts, couple of cold beers.
Oh, yeah,
Hot
usually get a
dog
bag
or-
of peanuts, sure.
Oh, or chicken tenders and fries. Gosh, ballpark chicken tenders and fries.
Hell of
I'll
a
take
nachos
the-
if I'm feeling a little spicy.
Nachos with a ton of jalapenos all over them.
Hell yeah.
Like a whole jar of jalapenos.
Have you guys seen the nachos at Target Field in the last couple of years?
No.
They're gigantic. It's comical how big they are now.
Brad's not worried about blood in his stool.
Nope.
Lots of jalapenos on there, he says.
Yep.
The San Jose Sharks are selling a popcorn bucket filled with Pop-Tarts.
Dude. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about it.
at their hockey rink. They call it the Chum Bucket.
Oh, God.
And it's not just Pop-Tarts. There's some other things in there, too, by damn. It probably, I don't know what they want in trade, but I would guess it's no less than $25. But they throw some Pop-Tarts in there, chocolate, popcorn, and freeze-dried strawberries.
This thing's huge, too.
It's the Chum Bucket. Oh, so would you probably assume like
looks like-
$50?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Wow.
Big fat bucket?
Yeah, let me see if I can find a price on that.
That sounds so good.
Oh, man, I used to like a Pop-Tart or two when I was a young person. I did, by damn. All right, so remember last week when we talked about former NBA player Paul Pierce arrested on suspicion of driving while under the influence?
He's a con.
He was sound asleep behind the wheel of a running car on the freeway. He says he was just really tired.
Apparently.
He said there was a traffic jam, and he fell asleep, and he was just really tired, and I'm old, and he gets tired easily. That's the story he's spinning. He said nothing about alcohol. He was just really tired.
It happens to the best of us. Totally.
Yes, it does.
Wait a minute. I can't tell. Are you guys actually buying that?
Yes.
Oh, I was kidding. I was being sarcastic.
Not sure yet. I need more evidence.
All right. What else is going on? Despite the WNBA being completely broken, in the opinion of a few players and coaches, they still went ahead and played their final series. The Las Vegas Aces are now officially a dynasty after beating the Phoenix Mercury in the 20 and 25 WNBA finals. I think they wrapped that up on Friday night. It turned out to be a sweep, and the Aces won their third title in 4 seasons. Their top player, a gal by the name of Aja Wilson, he was named the finals MVP for the second time in her career. And by the way, she's now the first player in WNBA or NBA history to win the scoring title, the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year, and the Finals MVP in the same season.
Impressive.
Same season.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't do much better than that.
No.
No.
Michael Jordan won the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year, and the scoring title in the same year, but he didn't win the NBA title that season. My favorite player of all time, and in my opinion, the greatest basketball player to ever live. It's hard for me to say his name out loud without getting emotional. Akeem Olajuwon. I have to say it quickly. Akeem the Dream. He won Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, and Finals MVP, but he didn't lead the league in scoring. So she's the only one.
If you think about it, leading the league in scoring and winning the defensive MVP are probably the two toughest things that you can do.
That's all I would ask of you, Randy. That's all I would ask of you.
Because that means you're playing great on both ends of the floor. And for a lot of 99% of the players, that's really super hard to do on a consistent basis, game in and game out. So, pretty impressive.
Absolutely. And before we go, Before we go, I always like bringing this up. I like morbid, dark. I do. But also this, it's one of the most fascinating stories ever. And one of my favorite movies. 53 years ago today in 1972, that friggin' plane full of rugby players crashed in the Andes. The Uruguayan rugby team, their airplane crashed in the Andes. They ran out of food on the 10th day. They heard on a portable radio that the rescue had been called off, and the 16 survivors resorted to cannibalism, eating the frozen corpses of their companions.
I didn't know that was a true story when I first watched the movie.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't find out until afterwards.
The movie is called Alive. It's from 1993, and it's based on their 69 days, and I'm not trying to be cute with that at all. 69 days they were on the top of this godforsaken, frozen, awful, terrible, collapsing, avalanching mountain.
I remember when they talked to some of the survivors, they asked, of course, about the movie. And a couple of them were like, we did wait a little bit longer to start eating. It wasn't like the next meal. We skipped a couple of meals.
Right.
I also love this story.
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah. It's so good.
It is very good.
I'm with you, Nick. I'm the same way. I like that dark, creepy stuff.
God help us. I wouldn't have made it 20 minutes.
Sure, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I would have been sitting over there like, I'm cold. I'm so cold.
We should eat somebody. We still have food over there, right?
It's like the old joke where, who should we pick on? Okay, Randy Shaver. Randy Shaver's in a plane crash, and plane crashes up in the mountains. 20 minutes later, firefighters reach him, and he's eating the thigh of one of the... And he says, I had to survive. I mean, what the hell? Thanks, boys. We out.
Okay.
Thanks, Randy Shaver. Thanks, Brad Ryder.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
We are the musers on the pod so far. We've discussed people we love.
I didn't tell you guys. Cuban emailed.
What are you wearing?
Well, no, that's not.
Things we love.
Got way into typewriters.
How many typewriters do you own?
Let's not podcast anymore.
Just guesstimate. It's time to get really down and dirty.
These are great ideas. Start a podcast and then forget to promote it on social media.
So, what is our podcast about? Gosh. Yeah, whatever we feel like.
The Musers, the podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Dr. P. Jesus.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hello, and welcome back to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Checking in here at 8:29. Our next guest is a real doctor, and by God, he's willing to help. Dr. James Parnell. Hello, Dr. P.
Good morning.
Today is National Herpes Awareness Day. And we're gonna.
You were aware.
Yeah, I knew it was about 5 minutes ago when I got here.
Yeah, you got my card in the mail, right,
Yeah.
Dr. P?
Right. No, it's funny. I always celebrate sexually transmitted infection month in April. Like I put on a lot of parties. And, but I
you're worthless in May.
I know. Right. Exactly. No, I did not know that, but it's exciting.
It is exciting.
For us.
Yes, happy Herpes Day to you,
yes,
Dr. P.
You as well.
We're going to try our best to make today the first ever STD edition of our Dr. P segment. We have a few sexually transmitted disease-related questions ready for you. Questions from our dirty, promiscuous, listening audience. But we could always use a few more. If you have an STD-related question or concern, text us at 651-989-9393. It's very unique what we're doing here. We've never really tried to focus on one specific subject, but I think on Herpes Awareness Day, I think it's quite fitting.
No, this is groundbreaking.
And plenty of texts are related to herpes. We were talking about it earlier, and there's quite a few people who have an experience with it or a close call.
Absolutely, and it's also not something people love talking about. So, anonymous texts to radio are a way to.
We've got a few of those.
Some questions.
Did you just say a close call, Josh?
Yes.
Because that brings up one of my favorite texts we've received so far. A guy texted in to say, here we are headed towards Halloween. He said, on Halloween a few years ago, I almost hooked up with a gal who was dressed as Hulk Hogan. Would you consider that a close call? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what you were going to get there, hooking up with a gal dressed as Hulk Hogan for Halloween.
Yeah.
I love that she's a big wrestling fan, but maybe there's...
Just ask her to take the fake mustache off first, maybe.
Right.
No, keep it on. Keep it on.
Did I almost get herpes, the guy says? I don't know.
You said the word anonymous, and that's how this person would like to remain.
Yeah, for sure.
Please keep this anonymous. She
Oh,
starts.
my God.
As a female, I was vaccinated for HPV when I was younger. Regular get STI tested, especially when I'm sexually active.
Oh.
I was not sexually active for about 2 years when I turned 30. During that time, I had another STI panel done and was positive for HPV when I was always negative a 4. How can I be negative for years and then positive during the time I was not sexually active?
What the hell happened there? Toilet seat. Yeah. I've been telling you guys for years it's the toilet seats.
Yep. My gyno told me they don't test for HPV until a person turns 30 because it's so common. She related it to testing for a cold virus during every panel. It seems sketchy to me. Do I need to change doctors?
No, it is. Yeah, that's interesting. It is because HPV, so human papillomavirus. So that's what causes it causes warts of any kind, but the kinds we worry about when it comes to Herpes Awareness Day are the ones that basically cause changes to the cervix or genital warts. But the ones that cause changes to the cervix is what increases the risk of cervical cancer, and that's why women have pap smears and have testing for that stuff.
Yeah, that can be serious stuff.
Totally, yeah. I mean, you don't...
That's what a pap smear test for?
A pap smear test for cervical cancer, which our understanding of that has evolved even since I was in medical school. I mean, it was thought to be associated with human papillomavirus. Now I think it's basically thought that is the cause. There could be rare other causes, but human papillomavirus causes... Basically, it gets onto the cervix and it causes changes that basically, and we've talked about this before, changes that anytime a body is trying to react to some irritant or problem and cells are trying to turn into something and protect themselves, then there's a chance for them to grow abnormally. And so that's kind of the model there. So HPV vaccine is a pretty revolutionary thing. It can help provide immunity against some of the strains of human papillomavirus that cause the high-risk strains, basically, the ones that tend to cause cervical cancer. It's not perfect. And, yeah, the testing strategy at this point in terms of pap smears and screening and all that, for women under 30, HPV screening at the time of pap smear is not part of the algorithm because it is so common. You do have pap smears, and you may have testing, if you have an abnormal one, to actually look for the HPV. But the problem is, well, it's a confusing discussion because that testing strategy has evolved over years based on kind of what can you do with the information. You can't get rid of HPV, so all you can do over time is monitor, and then if there are changes to the cervix, you can treat that basically essentially similarly to how you would treat a wart on the skin: freezing it, burning it, cutting it,
shaming it.
I mean, shaming is unfortunately not effective against human papillomavirus.
Talking dirty to it?
I don't
have a degree.
It worked well with me when my parents raised me that way. It guided me to act a certain behavior or a certain way, but HPV does not respond.
Okay.
So no, her doctor is correct. And I know that probably sounds weird, but it's because the logic of it is complicated. And it's hard for me to sum it up. But basically, it's you can't, if it's there, you can't get rid of it easily.
Okay.
But the young women, their body often does get rid of it. That's the thing. So
naturally.
Yeah. So
wow.
So you don't really want to be looking for it aggressively, other than looking for evidence of injury to the cervix with the Pap smear.
Okay.
Because a young woman's body can often eliminate it.
Just kick it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did not know that.
So you said HPV
Yeah, human papillomavirus
has no cure.
It does not. No, I mean just like herpes. Basically, viruses.
Yeah. That leads us to our next question.
Yeah.
Which STDs are curable and which are not? STIs. People have been texting and saying it.
I mean, it's true.
When did that change? Why is it STI now?
Exactly, and it's. I am terrible with that. It's just I've always called it sexually transmitted disease. It is sexually transmitted infection.
Fair enough.
Or it could be sexually transmitted illness.
Which ones can we rid ourselves of and which can we not?
Yeah, basically bacterial ones you can. So gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis are all treatable with antibiotics.
Mm-hmm.
Gonorrhea and chlamydia, they can cause all sorts of bad stuff, but they don't. But it's generally isolated to your reproductive organs. So not good, but and they're becoming more and more resistant to antibiotics. So
they're fighting harder than ever.
Are those like the itchy,
Great.
burny, mucky stuff coming out type of things?
Yeah. But it can also, especially for a woman, it can cause infections getting up into the uterus or abdomen or even up around the liver. I mean, there's just because of the anatomy.
You threw down with some frat boy, and now all of a sudden your liver is in jeopardy.
Right.
That shouldn't happen.
So basically, viral ones are the ones that we cannot completely treat. I mean, HIV is a great example. We can't get rid of it, but in the last, I guess it's 35 years, wasn't it? It was basically 1990 or so.
Yeah.
I mean, that it became,
Is it no longer a death sentence? I mean, it seems like it's not as big a deal as it was when we were growing up.
It's something that can be chronically controlled. Yeah, I mean, and the medication regimens have gone from you had to take medicine, you had to have a timer or a watch that would remind you to take it 6 times a day. Now it's 1 pill a day or even injectable things, and so it's a controllable illness. Herpes, you can be on medication to suppress it. But yeah, to actually get rid of it, not so much.
Because you can live with it now, right? A friend of mine's dad sadly passed from it. He was in a terrible car accident, got a total blood transfusion. Like all of his blood was replaced, and they weren't testing for it at that time.
Yeah, back then.
So he got it, and he passed not too long after that.
Yeah, it is. It's a chronic illness treated with medication that seems to work very effectively.
That's good.
Yeah. So
next question for Dr. P on this STI only edition of his visit to the Half-Assed Morning Show. Boy, I love this question. From a female listener. What problems could result from unprotected anal sex with my husband or, in a pinch, some other jabroni?
Okay, what
problems could result from unprotected anal sex with my husband or, in a pinch, some other jabroni?
Well, I mean, there's nothing specific about anal sex that I would say is more that's not maybe true. You might be, if anything, you're more likely to potentially.
Can you get E. coli?
I mean,
E. coli.
She get E. coli? No, yeah, not. I mean, there definitely can be contamination issues, but I guess it's more just if she's wondering about sexually transmitted illness in vaginal versus anal sex, I'd say there's not a great difference.
I have always heard that when you go backyard ski, you're pretty much doubling up your chances of getting one of those ultra comfortable UTIs.
Well, you mean as a guy?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean,
and she's speaking of. I think she's speaking of herself or her husband, anybody, anyone involved.
Yeah,
anyone involved in this anal sex.
Yeah, right. I would say, if anything, you're increasing your risk just because the tissues involved in the rectum and colon are really good at absorbing things, and it's a great way for bacteria and viruses to proliferate. The vagina is sort of, it's evolved over all these years to try to accept sperm and get rid of everything else. It's not perfect at it, but it's pretty darn good at it. That is not what the other end is for. So, yeah, I mean, if she and her husband do not have any, if they're with other people and bringing potential STIs into the mix, it'll just increase her risk of getting that. Obviously,
a little game of Russian roulette there.
Yeah. Any other jabroni, you definitely want to use a condom to decrease the risk. But yeah, the thrust of the question is certainly anal sex is not safer in terms of avoiding STIs.
Fair enough.
I wouldn't want butt herpes. That sounds terrible.
Yeah. And just to fill out that equation, oral sex is also not really safer because you can get herpes, gonorrhea, chlamydia.
Ooh. What about bronchitis? Here's a question that says, can I get bronchitis from going down skis on a gal who had the clap?
No. I mean, so the clap.
Why bronchitis?
I don't know. I mean, so bronchitis is a lung infection. I've not heard of that. I mean, I guess if you were immunocompromised, maybe someone who was.
I have no idea.
Yeah, no.
I don't know why he's talking about bronchitis.
No, yeah, you're not gonna get bronchitis from it.
Man, you've got a terrible cough. Well, I went to Alexandria over the weekend, and I went down on a gal.
I should add one more thing about in terms of treatable versus non-treatable. Syphilis is a bacteria and can be treated amazingly with penicillin, of all things. Penicillin. It's like we don't use penicillin for anything.
That's the
old thing that's been around since World War II, basically, or maybe even earlier. And you can treat it, but the problem is syphilis. If you don't treat it early, it gets into lots of other parts of your body, like your brain, and can cause all sorts of problems. So it needs to be caught and treated early. And syphilis was sort of a thing. I feel like we were winning the battle against syphilis for a long time, and I'm not sure we are anymore. It's more
they're ganging up on us.
Common than it was for a long time. Yeah.
My damn. 651-989-9393 if you have an STI related question or concern for Dr. P. Jesus on this all STI edition of the Ask Dr. P segment. Do you recommend a loose or snug fitting condom?
In what world would you ever want a loose fitting condom?
Right.
And
it's loose for comfort.
They make snug fitting condoms?
Well, I think it probably just depends on the size of the condom versus the size of you. So.
I thought there was a conversation.
I thought they were all loose in my experience.
They make finger condoms you could try that aren't really meant for sex, but they're meant to, cover up a cut finger if you work in the culinary. You've tried those too.
Yeah.
Did you ever wear a finger condom, Josh, when you were in the culinary field?
No, I didn't.
They didn't invent those back in those days.
I mean, I'm not sure that's legit. You probably need to have a glove on. But
I thought I remember.
I tried a thimble. Still, too much room.
Now, I was in sex ed in 1986, for Christ's sake. This is a long time ago. But I thought there was some verbiage when the teacher was telling us about condoms, something about leaving yourself a little extra room there. But
at the tip.
Oh, well,
that's right.
To catch everything.
Right, and I think, some condoms are...
We were taught that.
Some condoms are made with a...
reservoir.
There you go, a reservoir.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't think that was comfort so much. It's just... It's somewhere to catch the...
Oh, right.
For things to be caught without rupturing the condom, I guess, is the idea.
Boy, those sumbitches snap. They do.
Taking them off is gross. I'll just be honest with you. For a second.
Yeah, but they're important, everybody.
Got to be careful.
You don't like the removal process?
No.
What the hell's the matter? That's the most fun part for me.
Yeah, just remove it like we do with, like medical gloves.
I have a lot of laughs with that.
Hi, everybody.
Dr. P. Jesus, welcome to the Half-Assed Morning Show.
93X.
Word up and word life. It's the all STI edition of our Ask Dr. P segment. Our listeners are just itching to ask you about what's going on in their underwears, Dr. P. It's been lots of fun.
It's well said.
I like the attitude involved in some of the questions have been texted, and the attitude behind some of the questions. Another young lady, what is the accuracy of the morning after pill as opposed to the good old-fashioned routine of relying on the drunk guy to properly put a condom on his unimpressive pee-pee? What is the accuracy of the morning after pill versus the drunk guy wearing the condom?
The efficacy issues must be talking about.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't.
Well,
how effective?
That's a good question. I mean, the drunk guy wearing the condom is not great. I mean,
It's not.
Even condom use, doing it by the book, just like they taught you in junior high. Rolling it on, leaving extra room at the tip, not taking it off right after,
Right.
not laying around there. I'd have to look up what the rate is, but it's less than 90% effective, I think.
Huh.
Whereas, birth control pills much higher. IUD is the highest, basically, so intrauterine device. But the morning after pill, I mean, I guess I hate to think of it as just, it's not, I mean, it is contraception. It does basically prevent ovulation and or implantation if you were already ovulating. So,
Okay.
But it's highly effective too.
More so than a rubber, you think?
Well, especially a rubber. I mean, it is. Yes, it is.
That's very interesting.
And I don't know if I have time to look that up, but it's yeah. I mean, even perfect condom use is not. It's not as great as you would think, but it's better than, the rhythm method where you're keeping track of menstrual cycle. That can be done really well if people are like women are measuring their basal body temperature and calculating when they're going to did I say menstruate? I meant ovulate. Because if women are not near ovulation, they're not going to get pregnant. But that's still not perfect.
Wow.
I learned that as the rhythm method.
Right. I mean, that's certainly one way to call it that.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
still?
the withdrawal method we definitely know is not good.
Ashley, you got anything to say about all these different methods?
Nothing really works. I feel like nothing really works. Nothing has 100% guarantee that you're not going to get pregnant. And I think a lot of people forget that you can get pregnant from the thing that happens before the grand finale. So
sure,
sometimes
the what's it called? Yeah,
exactly. So
Oh, yeah.
sometimes
What do you
you
mean, like
wouldn't
a
even
hand
have the
The
condom
pre-arrival.
on. Yeah. I
Yeah,
know a couple people that have.
now I know what you mean.
Yeah. I know a couple people that have kids because of that.
That's
I also
terrible.
thought,
Well, yeah, right.
Dr. P, I thought that the Plan B didn't work if you were already ovulating.
I mean, it's not ideal, but I believe it still can because one of the things it does is overrides the body's ability to allow implantation of.
I heard it
Of
makes
that.
you pretty sick. I've never had to take one, thankfully.
It's
but
it's relatively high dose.
I've taken plenty.
Yeah, and
No
you felt
side
fine.
effects
You felt
whatsoever.
fine. That's good. It made your breasts look great, though. No, but it's
Very perky.
It's high dose. I mean, you're taking. It depends which one you're doing, but you're taking multiple birth control pills at the same time, essentially. So it's a high dose of estrogen and progesterone. And yeah, that could definitely make women feel sick.
Oh, I have to tell you guys something crazy.
Go ahead.
I had a friend in high school, and him and his girlfriend would have sex all the time, and they didn't like using condoms. She wasn't on birth control, and so she would take a Plan B every time they had sex. I mean, she was taking like 20 a month,
Oh my
Dr.
God.
P. And I was like, this cannot be good for your
Yeah.
health.
No,
That sounds pretty bad.
This should not be used as an everyday
Right. Yeah,
or
when you
every
use
time
when
type
Plan
thing.
B is Plan A, that's not. That's why it's called Plan B. That's not great because you're taking really high doses of birth control pills, which is high doses of estrogen and progesterone, and that can cause problems.
How about that?
Yes, somebody here said that his wife was on birth control. They used the withdrawal method, and still she got pregnant.
Gosh,
Yeah, I know,
fertile.
I know
God.
2 people that got pregnant on birth control.
Oh yeah, no, I mean women can get pregnant on the pill for sure. I've heard plenty of stories of that, and I wonder should we, since it is Herpes Awareness Day. I mean, basically, for those of you who think you may have herpes or do have herpes, it is definitely worthwhile having a frank discussion with your physician because you can decrease your own outbreaks. You can dramatically lower the risk of passing it on to a partner.
And it might just be a zit.
I mean, it might be, and that is actually one. I just looking up the fact that it was Herpes Awareness Day.
Sorry,
some people are misdiagnosed, and so that's an interesting thing that I hadn't thought of. Like, so say, someone does have herpes and they get with a new partner, and that partner says, "Well, that's great because I think I have a history of herpes as well, but they actually were misdiagnosed, and they never did have herpes. So they may not use the prevention, and then they really will have herpes. So you don't necessarily want to assume that's what it is.
Sure.
I mean, the best way to test is to test when you have an outbreak because it's definitive. Antibody tests that you can do on blood can be a little misleading, but it's worth having a very frank discussion and also just living responsibly with it if you do have herpes.
Be responsible, he says, Cubby.
Well, yeah, tell people when you have it.
If you sluts would just wait till marriage and only have sex and trying to procreate.
Who are you calling a slut?
You.
Ah, dang it. You're right.
We've got
what are you looking at?
There's a listener in our audience who broke his pecker in bed with a girl, and then that same girl a couple days later gave him an STD. He said, worst week ever.
Oh, man.
That is a bummer.
That's a double shot.
Is she mad at him or what the hell?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I've never had an issue there, thank goodness.
The broken or?
Oh, I had an issue there.
Broken
I mean,
thimble?
like an STI or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, you're lucky.
I feel very lucky.
Where'd you go to school, Dr. P?
For medical school or undergraduate? Or either.
Where'd you go to, like, real college?
Brown University. Not Brown College, but Brown University.
The Ivy
in Rhode
League,
Island.
The Rhode Island Ivy League school, right?
It is.
This is just for fun. A listener was just joking around, asking, what college campus has the
the highest
number.
I don't think it's Brown.
St. Cloud.
What?
The highest number of STIs. I looked
I'm
it
sure
up.
that's. Oh, you did?
I'm guessing you could. Yeah, I looked it up because I didn't figure you'd have any idea.
Yeah.
And kind of pouncing on you with a tough question there. And I'm sure if you went to 100 different websites, you'd probably find 100 different answers to this question. But the website that I looked up said Pennsylvania. That's also a Ivy League school.
Yeah.
Is it not?
University of Pennsylvania is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smart people like to be dirty, too.
But, I mean, I think we all would expect to see Arizona State, USC, Arizona,
True.
the party schools.
You would think.
Madison, things like that.
Huh.
It says here Pennsylvania. Let's see if there's any other.
Is Brown University on there?
I don't see it. Marquette, that's a Milwaukee school. That's nearby. Duke, oh, my God.
Weird. Like,
Vanderbilt, I also think you have to be quite smart to get into Southern Methodist and Texas Christian. Well, that's not very Christian to be passing STDs.
No, that's just bad.
Notre Dame.
What?
That's funny. I mean, maybe it's like, people who are smart in some ways maybe think they can get away with stuff, and they're wrong.
It could be.
So if you're smart, you can't get away with it.
No.
Tell us about
karma and chlamydia will catch up with you.
Exactly.
Quickly, before we go, tell us about the wildest time you ever had at Brown University out there in Rhode Island. Wildest time you ever had.
I mean, there was an annual event at one of the. It wasn't a frat house. It was, what do they call it? Basically,
whorehouse?
No, it wasn't that either. It was an off-campus house.
Waffle House?
No, but anyway, they had the naked party every year.
Did you go?
You didn't go naked because you might get arrested. But once you were there, you got naked.
And you went to this party.
I did.
And you got naked.
I kept my shoes on every time. I was a rebel.
Always leave the shoes on at the kegger.
It was actually it was a fascinating experience.
Everybody was naked.
Yeah, so you would think it would be like the most highly sexualized environment ever, but it actually.
Were you all doctors? Maybe that's why it wasn't sexualized.
No, it's just when everybody's naked, they're sort of like, whether it's just overwhelming or nothing really stands out anymore. It was weird.
Oh, that makes sense.
It was eye-opening in multiple ways.
How long did you stay at the naked party? Good 5-6 beers?
Yeah, I think so.
Good for you.
For the first couple years, then there were starting to be some kind of weird people showing up as it got.
Sure.
People who were more.
Then
like,
you'd see things quote standing out.
Yeah, people gawkers. Yeah.
Like did you turn around real quick and spin around and maybe did you knock into anybody?
I mean, the thing is, you were bumping into.
What were you doing? Like, was it a dance party or what was happening?
There was people dancing. There's people talking. People drinking. There were people body painting.
That's great.
That's sweet.
But yeah, it's a lot of sweaty people. It's actually kind of gross, really.
Sure. I could never.
Hey, thanks, Dr. P, for your advice and your story.
Yeah, great to be here.
Dr. P handed me a shout-out this morning. This is a first. The first time you've ever handed in a shout-out. And I recognize this Jesus name. Good luck to Audi Parts Jesus. He's got to have surgery Wednesday to fix a wee little bone in his wrist, which he fractured while, quote, butt surfing under his motorcycle through turn 3 up at Brainerd International. What happened there?
He was just going fast, and he's a very, very fast rider who races and had a fall that he has not had. So he was suddenly under his motorcycle trying to get the hell up.
That's not where you want to be.
Poor guy.
But fortunately, he only hurt his scaphoid bone in his wrist, which is an annoying little bone that does often need surgery. But very good guy, and I hope it goes well for him.
Yeah, me too. Pig Sticker Bass Fisherman Jesus messaged the Luther Bloomington Kia text line with a shout-out to his daughter Ella Jo. Crushed it at her swimming meet Sunday. And happy birthday to Whiskey D from Hot Cocoa Jesus.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled to Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.